IV drug should no longer be used because it's likely ineffective against the Omicron subvariant that now accounts for most U.S. cases.
Glaxo's drug is the latest antibody medication to be sidelined by the mutating coronavirus, which previously rendered drugs from Eli Lilly and Regeneron obsolete. The FDA pulled their authorization in January after concluding they were ineffective against the original version of Omicron. The decision leaves doctors and hospitals with only one antibody still authorized for use, a different Eli Lilly drug that regulators say appears effective against BA2. Doctors can still prescribe antiviral pills that haven't been impacted by Omicron's mutations. Norman Hall, Washington.
The Biden administration planning to freeze federal student loan payments through the end of August. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to Wednesday.
Wednesday, everybody.
Hope it's a good one for you.
The day of the week that's complicated in both English and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wednesday here. It's miércoles there.
Yep. So get on to the library.
Biblioteca, library.
Don't go back to February.
That's right. You know what was weird? February it was such a slow month.
Mm-hmm.
It's the shortest month of the year, and it took so long to get through February.
Mm-hmm.
March was gone like that.
Yeah.
It like that. It was insane how fast March went.
March was a crazy world. With the war.
It's such a weird time back then.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a lot crazy, and I think time flies when it's crazy.
Maybe.
You know?
That's just it. Yeah,
say time flies when you're having fun. I think time flies when it's crazy, too. So... or stand still, I can't
honestly,
tell
maybe it was the time change. There were 3 less days in February, and it took forever. There was 1 less hour in March, and it flew by.
There you go. It's all in the hour.
Proof positive, time is irrelevant.
Roy, our guest is here. I got a text. Using the staff intercom system. Excuse me for that.
Your whites are done.
There is no parking in the red zone.
Shower number 13 is now open.
Jerry Smith, your shower is ready.
I know it's weird, but I've always kind of wanted to take a shower at a truck stop.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I know it's weird.
Okay.
But I just to say I did, because you've ever been like at a Love's at like 2 a.m, like on a road trip or whatever, and you hear like
who has
like
it?
You said, Jerry, your shower shower 13 is available.
Sure,
is open. It's just like I don't know, it just seems kind of nice, after a long drive, pop in, have a shower, relax a little bit.
Yeah, but
it's like a trucker spa, dude.
Like. Now I'm curious. Have you ventured back to the shower area to see what's going?
Oh no, I've wandered. That's why I want to do it at like a new truck stop, like a real nice Flying J,
okay.
Or like the Allsops up north. Have you been to that one? The new truck stop?
No.
Dude, Go up north.
All right.
Okay, so the last time I went up there, because I never venture out of town anymore, the last time I went up there, they were in the process of building it, and it was just like a parking lot and a gas awning.
Yeah.
It's a whole brand new Allsup's, and it's gorgeous.
Nice. How did you go in there? I haven't been in.
Pretty.
I haven't need to go up that way. So
bright. It's like a beacon in the night, man. It's not. I mean, not a sponsor, but yeah, it's pretty.
You can't wait to take a shower there.
I kind of want to go take a shower at the Allsup's. There, I said it. There, folks. There, America. I said it. I want to shower at an Allsup's. No,
Sean Smalls, shower 12 is ready for you.
Exactly. See, you get it. No, it's just like one of those things. It's like, you're sitting at like a truck stop waiting on your Subway sandwich while your dad's in the bathroom or whatever. As a kid, we were going to Oklahoma and you think it would be kind of nice,
Yeah.
Take a little break on the road and just have a nice hot steamy shower.
Sure, I guess. I think I'd rather have my own room,
Well, yeah, but we are going to get that in Allsup's, on the road.
This is true. Now, well, maybe you can relive this fantasy. Get you an Allsup's burrito, shower burrito.
Oh, showerito. Showerito. I like it. See, where else but at an Allsup's can you enjoy both a shower, a nice fresh towel,
there you go,
clean towel, and a chimichanga?
There you go.
I'm telling you.
Maybe they can put Tums dispensers in the shower stuff for you.
Like the condom dispenser on the wall.
That's right.
It's like the one with the studs, and then there's the Rolaids.
You know what this reminds me of? Last night.
Oh, okay.
I was watching. I was at a truck stop, as one is on a Tuesday night.
I was waiting on my Subway sandwich and loves last night.
Tuesday night, as one does. No. No. I was watching. Steve Harvey has a judge show on TV, and it was on last night, and I was watching it, and it's usually like these married couples, and they sue. Like last night, I was watching a married couple. No, I'm sorry, this was two dudes. Two dudes that were one got hurt in a bike accident. He was riding a scooter and fell and broke his leg in 37 places or 16 places, whatever it was.
Right.
And so his buddy, who happens to be a medical billing guy or something. Right. So apparently the guy was kind of goofing with him, and he said, "Hurry up," or whatever, and then he fell and on the scooter or whatever, right? And so he broke his leg, and his buddy would who the medical biller said, he told him to call an ambulance, and he's like, no. He called him an Uber and got him an Uber to the thing. But the guy that with the broken leg, and I quote, "You denied me a chance to ride in an ambulance." The guy wanted him to call an ambulance because he always wanted to ride in an ambulance.
You never know what's on somebody's bucket list, dude. That's why we need to actually we need to be more vocal about our bucket lists.
So
if we're going to make dreams come true.
Yeah. So I say, Sean, if you want to shower at a truck stop, God bless you. Go shower at a truck stop.
Listen, I believe
that man wants to ride in an ambulance. You want to shower at a truck stop?
I believe.
God bless you. Go do it.
I believe in attainable dreams. Okay. I want to visit a Wawa sometime before I die. There's that one too. Okay.
Y'all's bucket lists are different than mine.
Yeah, and also so are our income levels. So you have to make do with what you got.
I'm not rich by any stretch, but I got bigger aspirations than riding an ambulance.
Trailer park dreams and Allsup's shower, aspirations. That's how I roll.
Mine are much more complex. Like I want to heat up goobers and put them on a tortilla. That's the kind of.
Also, it's another level of attainable. I can appreciate that too.
But I'm pushing envelopes over here.
It's complex in its simplicity.
Yes. Maybe you could slip and sit showering and hit the ambulance and do like a whole trifecta of things. All right, let me give you the rundown of the show. I haven't done any of that yet. Andrew Moore with the Roswell Chamber of Commerce will be joining us here in just a few minutes. We'll chit-chat with her, get an update what's happening at the Chamber. In the 8 o'clock hour, the folks on the Roswell Refuge are scheduled to join us, give us an update on what's happening over at the Refuge. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay an interview we had yesterday from the Roswell Police Department. We had Sergeant Grace Frescas join us and Lieutenant Richard Romero talk some neighborhood watch. Talk a little recruitment, talk some RPD stuff. So we'll play that for you in the 9 o'clock hour. Plus, all of your normal features include the news of the local, national, variety, town hall, Wall Street updates, your sports, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and take a look at your weather, which is actually not bad today. Mid-70s, sunny, not windy. A just perfect Chamber of Commerce day.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our temperatures will be trending a little bit cooler over the next couple of days as high pressure moves in from the central Rockies. Lots of sunshine today, and our afternoon high pretty comfortable at about 75 and a little bit breezy. Overnight, we're in the upper 30s and clear, and then a little cooler on Thursday. We'll stay in the upper 60s and fair, about 70 and sunny Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 46 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 34%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Sunny today and a high of 75. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later shifting to the south. Look for that. Tonight, clear skies with an overnight low of 38 degrees. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny, 70 tomorrow with north winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear skies. Overnight low of 36 with south winds 5 to 15. Friday, 72 and sunny, north winds 5 to 10, and then warms back up for the weekend. We're going to go 72 on Friday to near 90 on Saturday, sunny and 89. No talk of wind or nothing. We'll see what that brings. And then Sunday, we're going to be sunny and 90. So, and then 85 and breezy when you head back to work and school on Monday. So enjoy your 70s next couple days because it's about to get summer light beginning this weekend. All right, it is 16 minutes after 7. We're going to take a quick 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk with Andrew Moore from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
To plant or not to plant? That is the question. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Our tomato plants and pepper plants are ready to go. If you plant them now, you might have homegrown tomatoes and peppers before anyone else, or the frost might kill them. As Clint Eastwood would say, do you feel lucky? You'll either be the smartest gardener in the county, or you'll get to replant them all over again. I say go for it. You'll get more practice and we'll get more business. This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, and I apologize to William Shakespeare.
Mays Lumber has all the hard-to-find hardwood you've been looking for. Oak, cherry, walnut, poplar, and maple. Plus, hard-to-find exotic woods like purple heart, zebra wood, ambrosia maple, black limba, and bloodwood. Perfect for that one-of-a-kind gift piece or table. Get ready with Formica and Wilson Art countertops in 12-footer custom length with installation available. Make it happen at Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell, serving southeastern New Mexico and beyond since 1934.
This is Renee.
Happy to be here.
She's not some influencer. She's more of a groundbreaker, turning her 4-acre lot into a little slice of heaven behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Renee runs with us because the most important job is the next one.
That's all I got.
Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear Renee's story at Deere.com.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com. Where can you find the best selection of beautiful and unique home decor in the region? Easy, Casa Decor in Ruidoso. For years, people from all over have come to Casa Decor for the best selection of rustic, real wood furniture, beautiful decor from the Southwest and beyond, and quality outdoor furniture and accessories that are built to last a lifetime. At Casa Decor, they have over 10,000 square feet of showroom for everything you need. Casa Decor opens 7 days a week from 9:30 to 5 at 1214 Meacham Drive in Ruidoso, or online at casadecorruidoso.com. Proud supporter of local high school sports.
Roswell is our home. That's why we've all got to do our part to stop illegal dumping. Throwing your trash, clutter, or yard debris in the alleys, sidewalks, or streets is a crime, and it takes time and money to clean it up. Those caught dumping illegally can face fines of up to $500. You can help by taking your waste to the landfill once a month for free with a paid water bill. Call the City of Roswell Solid Waste Department for more information at 575-624-6746. Help keep Roswell clean. After all, do you want your kids to grow up in a dump?
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:19, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chamber of Commerce here in Roswell, Andrew Moore back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I am fantastic.
Good.
This is beautiful outside.
It is
not
kinda
too
nice.
cold, not too warm this morning.
I left
Beautiful.
my jacket at home today. I didn't even bring
Perfect.
one. Didn't even bring it. Said, I'm not going to need it. By later today, I'll be walking around short-sleeved anyway. So
There you go.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a good time.
Absolutely. My birthday was technically on Monday, but April is my birthday month, so I'm always accepting gifts.
This is my month of birthday, too.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Mine's not till the end of the month, though. Mine's 25th. So.
Well, there you go.
I don't tell people, though. I mean, I just did, but I mean, I usually don't. I don't know why. I'm just not one of those people.
I don't care about the date, like what I turn. I just love, any excuse to have a party.
I think it's like I took my birthday off Facebook because I hate the Facebook birthdays. The whole concept of, and I get like your close friends, shoot a big thing.
Yeah.
But like when you're at the point where you feel obligated, and then you got people just going HBDTY or something.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I got it. Thanks, bare minimum effort. All right. So I don't even. I just hid my thing. I don't even mess with that stuff. So, how are you doing this morning?
Fantastic. We've got a lot of good things that are rolling downhill from the chamber.
How at first, of course. For folks that don't know, it was week before last, wasn't last week. The Rise with Roswell.
Yes.
I don't think I've talked to you since
No,
that's
we
happened.
haven't. That's correct.
So,
I've been out of town.
That went well. Everything went good there.
It
from what I
was
heard. Yeah.
fantastic. Rave reviews from everybody that showed up. We had Tim Moffat, the agricultural comedian. And of course, I had the pleasure of meeting him before and after, obviously, because he came in and
the deal. And
well, we had to pick him up from the airport and stuff like that. And he just absolutely loves Roswell. The last time he was here was about 5 to 6 years ago.
Okay.
And so it was cool to see through his eyes, Roswell, because he goes, oh my gosh, Roswell has just exploded. And of course, I'm thinking, I've lived here for 25 years. I'm not seeing it. But to see that from somebody else's viewpoint, to know that we are doing good things in our community.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see the forest from the trees sometimes.
Sometimes.
And so that outside perspective, you're like, oh yeah, things have changed a lot in the last 5 years or whatever.
Everybody like I said, had attended just absolutely loved it. Saul with Cerritos catered breakfast, and as usual, it was delicious. We had the full farmer's breakfast, bacon, sausage, eggs, biscuits and gravy, lots and lots of hot coffee.
Good deal.
Milk and dairy products, care of Dairy Producers of New Mexico. Thank you very much for that.
Very good.
So we had a great turnout, standing room only.
Good deal. So sounds like big success for a 2-year hiatus, basically.
Yes.
For Rise Over Roswell. So back to normal and hopefully back on the regular schedule for next year.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it.
Good deal. So start. If you want to participate for next year, you could reach out to Andrew right now and say, I want to sponsor next year's Rise Over Roswell.
Absolutely. We would love it.
And we'd be happy to help take care of that.
I would like to go bigger and better.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to try to outdo yourself from last year. That's
Absolutely.
kind of an unwritten rule there.
Absolutely. So we're excited for that.
Good deal.
Yeah, everybody that attended, and even people that didn't attend were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I couldn't make it because I was told this was the one not to miss. And I'm like, well, you bought your ticket and you didn't show up. That's shame on you.
Yeah. But thank you for supporting by getting the ticket.
Absolutely.
I mean,
so
that helps,
we were excited. And of course, we had the 4-H kids that came up and did the Pledge of Allegiance. And I learned a lot about how to make an event go because we had all of the big stuff. Mm-hmm. The big stuff's always the easy stuff to plan. But then it's when you get down to the teeny tiny,
the devil's
minute,
in the details.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. There were certain things I was like, I didn't think of that. Okay. But because we have enough supporters, friends, and family, that it was very easy to make those pivots.
Everyone filled in when there was a gap in the line or something.
Absolutely.
Like that.
So
cool.
It was exciting.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you to everyone that made that happen a success. Obviously, the chamber staff did an amazing job in doing that, yourself included. So,
well, thank you.
Awesome there. So let's talk what's up next here. We got a lot on the horizon.
We do.
Here. Yeah.
Well, before I go into the future, I also want to say congratulations to all of our newly sworn in city councilors and mayor. I attended
last Friday.
That event on Friday. Once again, packed house. They had to bring in even more chairs because so many people had attended the swearing in.
Cool.
So congratulations to our 5 new city councilors and brand new mayor.
I liked. I didn't get a chance to go to the swearing in, but I saw some of the pictures online and everything, and really cool seeing all the family members of the newly elected officials kind of supporting them and taking pictures together. You can kind of see how. Some had parents, some had, spouses.
Yes.
But you could all kind of see how their family members are like, yep, that's my family member, the elected official. It was really cool to see.
It really was.
Families are kind of, proud on their family.
It was.
Really
and
cool.
I was pleasantly surprised at how much the community came out and supported each and every one of those candidates.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And
now they got to get to work.
That's right. So the next city council meeting with the new city councilors and the new mayor is April 14th.
Yeah, which will be, is that next week?
That's
next Thursday.
Is it next week or the week after? I'm always off on my dates.
I think it's next Thursday.
It is next week.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Because April started
and we'll
on
bring,
a weekend.
Our new mayor, Mayor Jennings, we'll bring him in like we did Mayor Dennis Katai preview, and it sounds like he's on board for that, but I'll shore that up later on. So
fantastic.
Yeah, so we'll have him on next week. It probably for during the. I mean, yes, I got to confirm. He said we're good with whatever, but I got to
just make sure
solidify.
He knows when to show up.
We talked. We haven't sealed, so we're going to seal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
April 8th, which is this Friday, the most immediate thing we've got going on. 10:30 in the morning, we have a ribbon cutting at Stokes Wealth Management.
Okay.
400 North Main or North Penn. Oh my gosh. 400 North Penn, Suite 210.
Okay.
So come out. I'm sure they'll have some cookies and some punch, and we're always happy to help any of our new businesses.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So, and it sounds like if you are looking for some financial planning help, they can take care of you there too.
Yeah.
So, but come see, and is it in the Penn Plaza building there?
400 North Penn, yes.
Okay. And if you've never been in that building, here's an excuse to go check out that building. It's pretty sweet.
It is really.
It's a beautiful building.
Yeah. So we're excited to have them be part of the chamber family and, of course, go out for their ribbon cutting and welcome them to the community. I know the Stokes family has lived here for quite a while, but to have another avenue of being able to help manage your money is always a good thing.
I'm sure they're, pardon the pun, stoked to have this opportunity.
Absolutely. And then April 13th, the day before City Council, we have the long-awaited ribbon cutting for the ENMUR Welding and Automotive Tech Building.
Good deal. Yeah, this is thanks to your decision to vote on the bonds C or D, or which I can't remember which one it is for the colleges over the last couple of years. One of those bonds allowed them to rebuild, to create a new welding center.
Yes.
Also, the automotive center. It's all part of the same deal here. But the welding center is done, and they're about to do the ribbon cutting here on the 13th.
We're so excited because they wanted to do it earlier, but obviously supply chain issues and life being what it is.
Yeah.
So that is at 3 p.m. on the 13th. Out at the college. We will have all of the addresses on our social media. It'll be out in our email every Friday. So if you have any questions, call us. We'll give you the you're not going to be able to miss it. You're going to see all the cars. It's going to be fantastic.
And, of course, they have a great welding program over at ENMUR now with brand new digs and facilities with state-of-the-art equipment. I'm telling you.
And a great automotive tech as well, which is near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely. Well, well, obviously for folks that don't know, Crumlin has kind of filled the gap while they're rebuilding their basically automotive center. They've basically taken that program on the road, and Crumlin has graciously become kind of the training center for these, giving them hands-on, which in some ways these students are probably getting a little bit extra in their education because they're actually doing their job in a real world environment instead of a training environment like they would be at the college.
They do. They get to go. It's my understanding they go to class for about a half a day.
Yeah.
And then they get to go to their job for a half a day. So that way now they can take what they've learned in class. And I believe it's basically the same way with the welding program as well, is that you go for just a few hours and then you go to your job.
Gotcha.
So now you can take those skills that you've learned and actually apply them in the real world and hone those skills so that way you can continue to grow.
Now they can do it there, and then now they'll have even more experience when they go into the businesses to do this stuff.
And I know that Crumlin Automotive has really worked closely with the college to help build that curriculum too, to let them know this is what we need in a technician when they come out. So that way they're ready to go day one.
Well, that's the great thing about what the college does, and that's the role that the college serves a community is those partnerships with the business community.
Yeah.
Because obviously they serve each other. Businesses want qualified people to work for them. Well, where do they get those qualifications? At the school. So the schools are saying, rather than us just make a bunch of classes here, let's do stuff that's relevant to our community.
Yes.
And so things like the welding program, the automotive program, these are very much that partnership between business and education in our community. That's what a role of a community college serves, and that's what ENMUR is doing that. So.
And I sit on the community advisory board for the college as well. So if there's anybody out there in the community that says, well, I'm watching the nursing program, the welding program, the automotive program, all of these other programs that they have, and I think that this program we need, then go talk with the school. They are always ready, willing, and able to help fill whatever gaps there are in our community.
Absolutely.
That's what they're there for.
Absolutely. That's they ebb and flow to the needs of the community.
Yeah.
So that's awesome to see that the welding complex
so excited.
will be. It's still got new shop smell when you walk in there. So.
And they're doing the ribbon cutting on purpose now, because then that way there's not going to be the oil on the floor. There's not going to be the tools in the way.
Nice.
We'll be able to go in and see this brand new clean facility, because very quickly on both the welding and the automotive side, it's going to look like a shop.
Well, instead of giant scissors, can they use like a welder and go and burn?
Oh, that'd be a great idea.
Through the ribbon instead of a.
May not be able to take a great picture that way, because we'll all have to look through the slit.
But that'd be fun. But
that'd be great.
But look for that on April 13th.
April 13th.
Next Wednesday.
And then May 5th, I know this is a little further out, about a month away, Business After Hours Pasta Cafe.
Ooh, a food one. Those are always very popular.
Absolutely.
And Pasta Cafe's got delicious food, so that's going to
That's right.
Yeah. Matter of fact, because I always look at Pasta Cafes more of a little special occasion. You know what I mean? it's it's a little more nicer upscale. So you kind of do it for special occasions or for birthdays, things like that. So now you got you don't need a special occasion to enjoy some of their pasta or pizza or something.
Well, if you go there for lunch, they've got great lunch menu too with pastas. Their pizza is fabulous.
Yeah. I know they do that, but I don't.
I know you, but you don't think of that.
In my head, I think, I gotta behave myself in this place.
Yeah. I don't behave myself anywhere, so it doesn't matter.
All right, I got to use my adult voice.
Yeah. So those are our 3 major things that are coming up. And of course, we're always filling up the calendar. I'm sure as soon as I get back into the office, the staff will be like, oh, we just got a phone call. So-and-so just wanted to do this. In fact, let's see, today is Wednesday. On Tuesday, so yesterday, was it yesterday or Monday? Monday, we had a ribbon cutting for an insurance company that is right next door to Margarita's on East 2nd.
Okay.
And so if you need some insurance, go have some Mexican Chinese food, walk across the parking lot, get your insurance needs met.
There you go.
Alicia Ricon.
Okay. She's the agent there.
She's the agent there.
Very nice.
They've got a great little office over there.
Excellent. Yeah, and of course, if you're a business that serves Roswell in Chavez County, you don't have to necessarily be in it.
Correct.
I mean, there's a lot of chamber members that are in Eddy County or Lee County, but their client base or their customers are in Chavez County, so they're members of the chamber. So if you do business in Chavez County, it might behoove you to look at the chamber becoming a member there. We talk about opportunities, but it's great for every business, whether you're a Fortune 500 company or a mom and pop business. The chamber can help you do that. Obviously, with your mom and pops and things, we can help you directly with things that like marketing, things that you may not necessarily have the cash flow to budget for, things like that. So we can help with free, low cost things that won't, to promote your business. Not to mention the connections, partnerships, and really getting your name out there to the world. That's what the chamber does.
We're trying to help in any way that we can, and if we can't do it in-house, we have enough access to resources that we can point you in the right direction.
Absolutely. And of course, education side too. That's very much part of what the chamber does. So, look for time to time those little workshops about Google stuff or a various person comes to town to talk about some kind of insurance or some kind of plans for your business, things like that. We have that stuff all the time.
In fact, in the advisory council meeting that we had the other day with the college, one of the things that we had all discussed that we're all hearing around town is employers want I think of them as little things, but they actually are kind of a big thing. More simple things, I should say. How to go in and meet and greet, customer service, teach our employees how to meet and greet somebody. Sure. How do you do an interview? Something I think is simple.
Sure.
But not everybody has those skills. In fact, one of my friends was there at the meeting with the college. We both have kids that are the exact same age that have gone to school with each other since they were in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And we were discussing how our boys can go into their rooms and play video games, and they can socialize like nothing else over the computer with their phones. But when you cut the electricity in the house and you tell them they got to vamonos and get out into the world, it gets a little awkward because they're not always versed in that face-to-face.
You're right, yeah.
And so we're like, okay, we need to reteach these people, these children, how to do that, because we have to remember these kids have been locked away for 2 years, and in some cases even more than 2 years because of the pandemic.
Sure, and not to mention kids have an affinity to text or, they don't communicate face-to-face.
Yes.
Like we grew up in doing, and
when
things
you
they grew up in a world
communicate
that's different.
Face to face, you don't need to go lol, BTW. I'm like, no, use words.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
OMG, what? Say it out.
My kids will say things, and I'm like, what does that mean? Remember, your mom's the old lady now.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks getting old, doesn't it? You sit there like, what happened? When am I out of time? I was the cool kid. Why am I not the cool kid no more?
And so thanks to my one of my younger kids, they're the ones that'll rat out everybody else. They're like, this is what it really means, Mom. And I'm like, okay, good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, we did the same thing. In some way. I mean, we had our, like when we were kids, we had our sayings and things that our parents like, what are you talking about in there? You know,
my jeez, you're so square. I say stuff like that. My kids are like, see, you're showing your old mom. And I'm like, well, you know. Gen X, it's the greatest generation, so I don't want to talk.
We
about
are
it.
the ones.
That's right.
We're the ones that we get to deal with it, both up and down. So
That's right. I'm like, you know that it was my generation that started all this, okay? Because we've lived on both sides of that street.
Yeah. Well, it's safe to say that we're the generation that was raised by TVs.
Yes.
I mean, we were the ones that, you know, our babysitter was the TV. They put us in front of the TV. Well, you know, and so our life is growing pains.
We're pretty feral children.
Our life is growing pains and Punky Brewster and Mr. Belvedere. That's pretty much, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
All these things we grew up
and
with.
yet still playing outside until the street lights came on.
Absolutely.
And you better make sure your butt was inside by the time the last street light came on because Mom and Dad were paying attention.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was the rule. The street light was the official timer of the neighborhood. And that was just life back then.
Yeah.
It's different. But some of it I miss, some I don't. You know?
Yeah.
Some of it's kind of like, there's better ways to do some of this now. And then sometimes you're like, man,
100%.
I need that. I still wish kids went outside. That thing, I think we gained so much growing up as kids, especially in the summers when you're like 12, 13, and you can be a little bit more independent and get on your bikes and ride around the neighborhood, and that's really when a kid grows up. Sometimes they get to meet
those
their friends
adventures
and get and sometimes have to solve problems on their own instead of relying on Mom and Dad to bail them out on something because they don't want to
in, over, and around things, checking stuff out, learning when to put your hand in that hole and not.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You learn. That's what you do. And I miss, that's something I wish we still had. But we live in a world where everyone's helicoptering and we gotta bubble the kid and we can't. It's like sometimes you gotta get in the dirt.
Not at our house.
Sometimes
Not
you
at
gotta
our
get
house.
in the dirt.
I joke all the time that I'm the world's worst mom because I'm like, are you alive? But did you die? So you're fine.
That's why they make first aid kits.
Oh yeah. My kids are like, but Mom, I'm like, no, I don't. There's 3 rules in our house why you cry. Your hair is on fire. There is a bone protruding from your body.
All right.
Or your mom has died.
Oh.
Those are the only 3 reasons why we cry in our house.
All right. If Dad's down, then
yeah.
Oh,
my
sad,
husband,
but no
he's like, but I'm the dad, and I'm like, well, you know.
I'll permit a sniffle.
And so the kids, especially raising 3 little girls.
Sure.
That I'm like, I can't. I'm like, take a breath, bring it down about 12 octaves.
Yeah.
Use words. Now what happened?
Not everything's the most important thing in life, and that's a girl move.
It is.
And I know I'm getting people going mad about gender roles and all that, but
no,
typically the boys, everything's underrated.
Yes.
And then with women, the girls, everything's overrated. That's
I grew up in the car business, and I grew up around guys, so I'm definitely that broad. That I'm like, it's fine. Your bone, but your arm is still attached. The bone is sticking out, but you're going to be fine. You're going to live. Let's get you where you need to be.
Sure. Guys' mentality was we got to hide it. We got to keep it from everyone. And then the girls are, we got to blow it up and tell everyone, oh my goodness.
No, I'm the one that's like, it's not that big of a deal.
Us boys are like, all right, we got to hide the BB guns. We got to hide the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was right there with all the boys. I'm like, I got my BB gun. I got my 410. Let's go shoot some stuff.
Yeah. That's the difference.
And inevitably, somebody did shoot their eye out.
I've been shot. I got this is dumb. I think I've told this story, but I got a little scar to this day right here. From we were dumb kids and we did a BB gun fight in the woods.
Always.
And it was June or July, and we all put leather coats and but it's like 90 degrees out in July and 99% humidity, and we're running around the woods playing BB guns.
Mini Christmas.
But I got shot. I was actually aiming my BB gun to shoot, and someone shot me, and the BB hit right in between my knuckles and stuck in between the
That's
knuckles.
smart.
And it stayed right in there, and I could feel the BB whirling around in there. And so I found it, and then I had to work it out to the hole and pop it out. But to this day, I still got a little hint of a scar from when the BB entered my knuckle. So, yeah, I did dumb things like it all.
Oh, yeah. We had paintball wars. We had BB gun wars.
Yeah.
We did all that.
Not saying you should do that, but I'm just
Do
saying.
as I say, not as I do.
I'm just saying we did things as kids. And
And every
turned out all
kid
right.
does stupid stuff. I'm learning that my sweet teenagers are not as sweet as I'd like them to be. And I'm like, okay, you guys haven't learned. Don't tell mom. Because mom's not dumb and naive, but mom needs to not hear the story until you're 40.
You know, I'm wondering, like, and this is my, and I know we're still talking chamber, we're not. We're talking, this is life now. But now I'm kind of.
Chamber is life. Life is chamber.
Like, when I think of, like, us growing up and our age groups and things, like, I feel like the younger generation's much more cutthroat. Like when they get into disputes and spats, it's, like, dirty and vicious. Whereas when we were kids, it's like busting each other's chops, and then at the end of the day, we all go back to having fun and doing our thing. It feels like it's much more hurtful or hateful when they're busting chops now. Back when we were kids, it was just part of the group. And
they have technology now, so these kids are hiding behind their phones and their computers.
Yeah.
So it is a lot more vicious.
That may be.
Where we had to look you in the eye.
That's true.
To
You
cut
know,
you down.
that's a good
and
point.
so
Yeah.
there was a point because you'd start to see the other person. You're like, okay, I got to stop.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's easy to be brave when your adversary's not standing right in front of you. So.
Absolutely.
But maybe that's what you need to do. It's like, oh, would you say that when they're sitting in the room? No, then you probably shouldn't say it on Facebook or Twitter or whatever.
Oh, I've had to teach my kids, block them.
Yeah.
Guess what? When the phone rings, you don't have to answer it.
Yeah, and that's just it. We don't know how to, you know what I mean? Like we as adults, because that's not our form of communication.
That's right.
We kind of look at it like, oh my God, it looks so much, maybe, and to us, maybe it looks more hateful than it is. Maybe to them, this is just busting chops, but for us, I'm like, But it's also permanent. Like you forget about we said in a playground at 10 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? On a Friday night with your friends there, you forget about what happened later.
That's right. And then Monday at school, you're fine.
Here on Twitter, Facebook, now
it's there forever.
10 years later, you get it brought back up and like, that SOB said that about me.
Oh, yeah. I've told my kids that. I'm like, it never goes away.
Yeah. So, anyway, is there any other chamber stuff we should probably get to
So to
talk
circle
about?
back.
Yes.
Which is my favorite saying right now. Circle back.
Circle back?
Oh,
That's a very synergy type word, circle back.
Well, because I watch a lot of what goes on in D.C. and stuff, so I'll watch the press secretary, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to circle back today. And the staff's like, oh, for the love.
Buzzword City.
That's right. So, of course, we're coming close to our deadline for not Rise with Roswell. Oh, my gosh.
That's fast.
With Roswell Now magazine.
Yes.
So the first week in May, everything is due.
Okay.
So if you are interested in advertising or you have an idea that we need to be putting into the magazine, by the first week of May, we need to have everything there so we can submit it.
What's the theme for this next
Extraordinary People.
That's this one. Okay, I can't remember if it was this one or the next one.
Nope, this is Extraordinary People. So we will be highlighting, obviously, extraordinary people.
There you go.
In Chaves County are valedictorians from all over Chaves County, all the different school districts. There are, unfortunately, some of our great citizens that have passed away in the last few months. We will definitely be highlighting them.
Okay, some in memoriams.
Then, of course, we're going to highlight more of the wonderful things that have happened as well.
Cool.
You know, NEMI. In fact, I just went to their dinner last night to once again just hype up the football team and the volleyball team for their great accomplishments this year, because we are champions in the football. And the volleyball girls, just by the skin of their teeth, did they miss it, but they kicked butt.
Yeah, if you're a volleyball fan, NMMI's had a top-notch volleyball program for a long time. That team's, if they're not winning championships, they're right there in the thick of it at the end.
They're awesome. Those girls really work hard.
Yeah, they have a great program there. So,
and of course, graduations are going to be here pretty quick in May.
You know, Bat 9, everyone's wearing caps and gowns.
I know. I will be living at the Institute on May 14th because my son graduates at 8 a.m.
Okay.
And
speaking of that, we should be seeing like prom stuff like right now, right? Shouldn't we be seeing limos and dresses in that prom season?
We are.
Yeah.
In fact, my daughter got invited to go to prom, so we've been going all over the place trying to find a dress.
Oh, so you're playing
and
that.
Of course,
dress
mom, I'm realizing how conservative mom really is with her girls. Because my daughter's trying on dresses, and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. No one's supposed to see that part of you yet.
But you're 16. That's not going to happen. And of course, my parents are laughing
because you push those envelopes back.
Oh,
I know.
I blew past that. My parents were like, "Oh, so how's that working out for you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Why don't you
so
show them your dress?
publicly, I am sorry. Can you lift the curse?
But that's life.
And
guess what? You're going to be and when,
oh yeah.
And guess what? If your daughter has a daughter, you're going to be doing the same thing. And
100%. And I deserve everything I'm getting from all of my daughters.
Yep. It's
I am
the circle
paying
of life.
for it.
It's the circle of life. But so good. By the way, hippie chicks, I know they do a bunch of prom stuff, and if you're not over there looking for prom stuff, you're probably looking in the wrong spot.
Yes,
so.
Terry had posted some stuff on Facebook yesterday about tuxedos.
Yeah.
I was in the shop about a week ago, and she's got, limited, very, very limited, but she's got a couple of really cool, or at least had some really cool kind of fancy schmancy prom type dresses.
Good deal. So yeah, talk with her, and I don't know I know it's got to be, usually April's when it comes.
The end of April, beginning of May.
Okay.
My daughter, I think Roswell High is the first part of May.
Okay.
Because we were talking about that. She's got dance competition coming up in 2 weeks in Lubbock.
Okay.
And we were in Albuquerque this weekend. We were looking at dresses, and she goes, "Well, I do have some time, so we'll go to Lubbock because they obviously have more variety because of the college and stuff." And I said, "Okay, we'll go. We'll figure something out."
All right.
But she's got one picked out that I'm like, I wouldn't get it quite yet. Like, let's continue to look.
Sure.
But
weighing options.
That's right.
Good deal.
I'm never buy the first one kind of a person.
Well, and then of course you're going to be doing here in a month the pictures, the car, the whole.
Yes.
It'll be fun. It'll be good. You'll be good.
God bless America.
If anybody has any questions about, is there anything other chamber stuff we got?
No, just the ribbon cutting Friday again at Stokes Wealth Management, 400 North Penn.
Yeah, in the Penn Plaza
Penn
building.
Plaza, Suite 210. That's at 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Please come out
This Friday
and come with us. And of course, the huge one coming up next week is the ribbon cutting out at the college for the welding and automotive tech building.
Yes,
and that's in the
Wednesday.
afternoon.
Wednesday, the 13th.
The 13th at 3 p.m. That's in the afternoon. Of course, then they'll have, a big to-do afterwards.
A little shindig and, meet and greet and probably some light foods and what have you.
Oh, yeah. They do a good job.
Good deal. Of course, if you have any questions about anything we talked about or anything that the chamber can help you with, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can always come by the office Monday through Friday. Fridays, they're closing, so they close early. So
sometimes we do. If you see one of our vehicles, particularly one of the red vehicles, or Kyle's big black truck, or Marilyn's tan vehicle out there, then we're there.
Gotcha.
There's usually somebody there. If the door's locked, ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
It might take us a second.
Yeah.
But ring the doorbell. We'll come 575-623-5695.
Yeah.
We're there. Come see us.
And be sure to...
and we'll go see you. If
we'll come
coming to us doesn't work, call us and we'll come see you.
Sure. You go out to businesses all the time and sit and meet and talk with folks. And of course, don't forget you can follow the Artesia Chamber, Roswell Chamber of Commerce on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
Those are the two social media platforms that they do most of their updating to. So.
Well, I'm learning how all that works. That's why I need young people in my life so they can tell me where to to go.
After your daughter's done with prom, see if she can your Snapchat sommelier.
Oh yeah, I'm learning that world. That's a weird world.
I gave up trying. I'm too old. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
All right, it is 7:52. Time for some news and a quick break before more news. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Sorello. An Eddy County man is arrested and charged with attempted murder after a dispute with his neighbor over tumbleweeds. Reports show 57-year-old Philip Earl Scott was arrested for allegedly shooting his neighbor on March 21st after he claimed the neighbor was throwing tumbleweeds onto his property. The unnamed victim was taken to Artesia General Hospital and was eventually transferred to an out-of-state hospital. His current condition is not known. As of this morning, Scott was listed as an inmate of the Eddy County Jail, being held for attempted murder and aggravated assault. A stampede will take place at Roswell Spring River Zoo this weekend, but it won't be the animals. The zoo is hosting children this weekend, offering kids age 12 and younger the opportunity for a fun half-mile run through the zoo with some special stops along the way. The kids' stampede at Spring River Zoo starts at 9 a.m. Saturday. Entry fee is $10 per child. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
The question of whether we're alone in the universe may soon be answered. But what scientists are doing goes against Stephen Hawking's advice. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by ExpressVPN. Secure online data and get an extra 3 months free at expressvpn.com/Kim. Scientists are going to broadcast a radio message deep into space, hoping that it may be received and understood by an alien civilization. Called the Beacon in the Galaxy Message, it contains a map of Earth, the solar system, a DNA drawing, a male and female diagram, and an invitation to reply. It's an update to the famous Arecibo message sent back in 1974. While the idea of contacting alien life sounds exciting, is it smart to broadcast our exact location into deep space? This message goes against late physics professor Stephen Hawking's advice that extraterrestrial civilizations may in fact want to destroy us. He's right. Do you think we should send this message into space? Let me know your thoughts on Twitter at Kim Commando.
During this great reshuffle, a record number of employees are switching jobs. Now's your chance to attract them. LinkedIn Jobs is here to help you connect with the people you want to interview faster and for free. Create a free job post in minutes on LinkedIn Jobs to reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of over 770 million people. Then add your job and the purple hashtag hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile. This way, you'll spread the word that you're hiring. Your network can help you find the right people to hire. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience. You can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the candidates worth interviewing faster. Every week, nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our temperatures will be trending a little bit cooler over the next couple of days as high pressure moves in from the central Rockies. Lots of sunshine today, and our afternoon high pretty comfortable at about 75 and a little bit breezy. Overnight, we're in the upper 30s and clear, and then a little cooler on Thursday. We'll stay in the upper 60s and fair, about 70 and sunny Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Given what happened on Saturday, it wasn't tough to predict what might happen yesterday between Roswell and Goddard in softball. Roswell blew out Goddard a couple of games on Saturday, and yesterday won the first game 17-2. Yadira Aragon homer for the Coyotes, among many other runs. Victoria Sandoval threw a shutout in the second game, and Roswell wins that one 4-0. That was a lot closer. Roswell now 10-4 on the season. The Roswell baseballers didn't fare as well, losing at Artesia in a doubleheader sweep 12-6 and 9-3. NMMI got a victory yesterday at Dexter. The Colts are now 11-4 overall. That was their first district victory, winning 18-8. Bailey may go 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. The Colts at Tucumcari Saturday at 11 a.m. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The Biden administration plans to freeze federal student loan payments through August 31st, extending a moratorium that has allowed millions of Americans to postpone payments during the coronavirus pandemic. Student loan payments were scheduled to resume May 1st after being halted since early in the pandemic. The action applies to more than 43 million Americans who owe a combined $1.6 trillion in student debt held by the federal government. JetBlue Airways has offered to buy Spirit Airlines for about $3.6 billion and break up a plan for Spirit to merge with rival budget carrier Frontier Airlines. Spirit said Tuesday that its board will evaluate the JetBlue bid. In a statement, New York-based JetBlue said combining with Spirit would lead to lower fares by creating the most compelling national low-fare challenger to the nation's 4 biggest airlines. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. To remember.
Finally, a return to normal prom season. And Roswell's most unique boutique has something special for you early birdies with the Hippie Chicks Early Bird Tux Rental Drawing. Simply rent your tux by April 1st and you'll be entered into an exclusive drawing for a $100 Peppers gift card. And with lots of styles to choose from, you can't lose. Open Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. at 802 South Main in Roswell. Look for the lime green VW Bug or call 575-627-3868. And find Shop Hippie Chicks on Facebook to see it all. Hippie Chicks, Roswell's prom powerhouse.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
Or snicker, I don't care. It is 8 o'clock. Time for Town Hall News. Stay tuned next hour. We're scheduled to have the folks from the Roswell Refuge join us next hour. Don't go away. We'll be back. I don't know if that's a threat or a promise, but it is what it is. We'll be back. I don't know. It's the middle of the week. Who knows what's going to happen. We'll be back. Town Hall News is coming up next. You're listening to 106.5 at Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Senate Republicans are standing tough in a bid to force negotiations with Democrats over Title 42, which allows for the speedy deportation of illegal aliens on public health grounds. The Biden administration plans to lift Title 42 restrictions, which is expected to lead to an even greater flood of illegals across the southern border into the U.S. Hoping to force negotiations, Republicans have blocked a COVID-related funding bill from advancing in the Senate. NATO foreign ministers meeting in Brussels for talks on how to help Ukraine in its war with Russia. The NATO Secretary General says Moscow is expected to try to capture Ukraine's eastern Donbas region in the weeks ahead. The BBC's Paul Adams.
Jens Stoltenberg says the alliance must use this window to make sure Ukraine has what it needs to defend itself when the offensive comes. The US has just approved another $100 million worth of Javelin surface-to-air missiles. And yesterday it emerged the Czech Republic is sending a number of Russian-made tanks to Ukraine and may have been doing so for some time. EU ambassadors are meeting to discuss Europe's fifth round of sanctions, also expected to include banks and individuals, but also a ban on imports of Russian coal. An anguished debate about the much bigger issues of oil and gas continues.
And President Biden expected to announce a new round of sanctions on Russia later today. 2 people hospitalized, a gunman is dead. A shooting late last night in a manufacturing plant in Anderson, South Carolina. Parts of the southeast getting raked again by powerful storms, severe thunderstorms, and possible tornadoes. Forecasters are warning people across the deep south to keep a close eye on the weather today, as there could be more dangerous storms. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 249 points, the NASDAQ 327 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The young lady from the rescue delivered happy, and I panicked. He was missing hair, stinky, scabby, and I thought, what did I get us into? The cause of his issue was poor nutrition. It was neglect. The other owners didn't care enough about him to give him the nutrition he needed. But I have a vet that I trust, and she recommended Dinovite. DINOVITE.com. I ordered the first 90-day supply, and within a couple weeks, his skin started clearing up. He didn't smell. He had more energy. He just had a glow and a bounce about him. We've been using Dinovite for the last year, and Happy the rescue dog is Happy the healthy dog. I tell all my friends who have rescues to give their dog the chance at a new start with Dinovite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
It's going to pay off for you and your dog for years to come. DINOVITE.com.
FedEx boosting its presence in Tennessee, its logistics subsidiary opening a new global headquarters in downtown Memphis.
The offices are in the former Gibson Guitar Factory, just steps from historic Beale Street and the FedEx Forum Sports and Concert venue in Memphis. FedEx Logistics says it's invested more than $50 million to renovate the 200,000-square-foot building. FedEx Logistics provides air and ocean cargo, warehousing and distribution, customs brokerage, and other services to customers.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. Car carrying containers of flammable liquids crashed into the gate of the Russian embassy in the Romanian capital early today, bursting into flames. The driver was killed. The sedan rammed into the gate around 6 a.m. local time, but did not actually enter the embassy compound. Video of the aftermath shows the car engulfed in flames as security personnel ran through the area. Townhall.com. Pioneer of the early days of Top 40 has died.
Bobby Rydell was one of several male singers who populated the American musical landscape after Elvis Presley blew up and before the Beatles. He joined fellow South Philadelphia natives like Fabian and Frankie Avalon as reigning teen idols of the era. Rydell parlayed his success into the movie musical Bye Bye Birdie, but he'll best be remembered for the song Volare. In this 2016 interview, Rydell said he was just fine with that.
Volare is my walk-on music, my bow music, and of course my signature song. Absolutely.
Bobby Rydell has died of complications from pneumonia. He was 79 years old. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
Oklahoma lawmakers have given final legislative approval to a near-total ban on abortion, and Republican Governor Kevin Stitt is expected to sign it into law. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Javelin, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Los Dos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy happy middle of the week, everybody.
Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah. Yep. Hope it's good for you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm doing good. It's kind of like last night. My wife had a meeting, so I was kind of on my own. I had leftover spaghetti from the other night, which is good. But
I actually prefer leftover spaghetti. It kind of has a chance to kind of marinate.
There are certain foods that actually taste better the second time.
I would agree.
Spaghetti can fall in that. Any soup.
Most soups, most soups and stews, pizza is very much in that category.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe I should, I think next time if I want to, most of my wife does soups. Occasionally I'll do a crock pot style one.
Right.
Like, my wife cooks probably more of the meals. I'm more of a breakfast. I'll help with certain things, but when it comes to casseroles or soups or something, it's usually my wife's wheelhouse.
Sure.
Unless it's crock pot. Usually, if it's a crock pot thing, 9 times out of 10, it's me.
So you're the crock pot cooker in the house?
I am.
Okay.
I'm usually the air fryer / crock pot and grill person.
I'm very much the air fryer person. I'm usually the in kitchen person.
Well, you're all of it now.
Well, yeah, now. But I'm just like here's what I'm getting at is I'm not very confident on the grill.
See,
I'm just not. I mean, I can do things. I can grill a steak. I can grill burgers and stuff. It's not my strong suit.
See, I think now that you're a single man, if I were you, I would go and just go buy one of those cheap old $10 grills that you have on your porch.
Where are those at?
I'm talking like the ones you get at the grocery store that you just buy the bag of charcoal.
I have a grill.
Okay.
I have a propane grill. I need to get out and clean it up and stuff. But I got one. I have one. I just don't really do it very often. It's just,
I think you should because I think you'll enjoy it.
Probably. I mean, I probably would. It was just never really my thing. Like when I was married, weirdly, it was always Carl's thing. She would do
the
be on
grilling.
The grill. Yeah, like for the family even.
No, grilling's fun to me. I like. To me, there's something about when I say a steak, I'm like, all right, this is my steak, and it becomes a challenge to me to try to make it as all right, I'm going to try to get all fancy with it and do it, and I don't succeed most of the time, but I try real hard.
You know what I think it is? I think it's that people are so I don't even know how to put up their own keisters about their the proper way to grill.
Yeah.
That I almost don't even want to enter onto that dance floor.
I just think it's good.
It's the same reason I don't online game.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not good at it and I don't want to be ridiculed by a bunch of 13-year-olds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Grilling, you can do it. This is the time. You're by yourself.
Yeah.
Try it out. Have fun. And do you with it. And you're going to learn that, oh man, if I do this, it's just like cooking with the stove. How many times you trial and errored stuff and then you've stumbled onto something?
I filled a whole swear jar when I was on keto.
You could do that same thing with a grill and have just as much fun with it. Because you can literally cook anything on a grill if you know what you're doing.
I feel like as soon as I fire up my grill, the neighbors would come out from the woodwork and go, "Oh, you're not doing that right.
No.
You need to press that meat down. You need to stop pressing your meat."
Well, tell them to go back to their place and cook their own steaks or whatever you're cooking. But just it's I don't know. It's just you find and you're like, oh, I wonder if I could do this, and then you start thinking it's like, ooh, what if I get one of those boards and you could put and you could smoke meat? I mean, there's you start finding things. You're like, I want to try this, and you kind of get and there's a lot of trust me, you can get down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But I think you of all people would kind of get into it. I think you're a person that can appreciate, cooking a burger, and it's kind of where you cook a steak on a grill.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost a searing high and quick type thing.
Right.
When you cook a steak, when I cook a steak, an inch thick, it's 4 minutes on the side, boom, boom, and done. Yep. Salt, pepper, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to it. But a burger, you can't cook that way. You gotta cook the inside a little bit more. So you want a little lower heat and cooking it a little longer. Same with your chicken, ribs. But that's the stuff you kind of learn in the meats, and then obviously if you're going to be doing fish, that's a quick thing because fish cooks very quickly. Yeah. Shrimp, I don't know how many times I do shrimp skewers on the grill, and it's so easy and quick and boom, boom, boom.
It's a lot like driving a stick shift. Yeah. I totally understand the concepts.
Yeah,
I just don't do it.
Yeah. I think you would like it.
I probably would.
Knowing what you do and what you like doing, I think once you kind of exposed yourself to the grill and its possibilities, I think
that's actually illegal.
I think
and very dangerous too.
I think you would embrace it and want to create and do more with it. I think you would enjoy it. I think you would be a guy, because I know you like to experiment with foods. I know you like to, and the grill is a great place to do that. And what I'm afraid would happen is you get it, and then you start going. Next thing you know, you're going on buy green eggs and all kind of stuff. Which
that's the thing. If
that's where it gets expensive.
If I was gonna get into it, I'm probably gonna upgrade to a new grill. Because granted, the one I have now, it's old, it's inherited, so to speak. So
learn the ropes on that thing.
Yeah.
Before you go expensive, then you realize because then when you go expensive, you can go expensive with what you want versus what you think everyone else wants. And that's the big problem, is everyone goes out there and they're thinking, oh, I want to be a grill master, and then they go buy $500 smokers and don't know what they're doing with it.
Right.
Go mess up and learn everything on that cheapo beat-up grill you got, and then when you start getting some skills, then you're like, all right, now I'm going to invest in a smoker, but I want it a certain, maybe you want it, because there's a lot of different types of smokers. There's indirect, direct smoke,
right.
And how do you, the way the smoke goes over the meat, there's certain boxes are set up to go and bring the flow through a certain way.
Then there's the other thing too, because I have a friend who his grill game is like on point.
Yeah.
He's got like all the top of the line stuff. They smoked a brisket and this is like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I went over to his house, we'll call it 2 days ago.
Okay.
The place still smells like smoke.
Well,
that's the other thing about it is like, I don't know if I want everything I own to smell like smoke. I'm not really sure about it. I enjoy smoked meats, but I also know where I can purchase those, said smoked meats.
Do it in a proper ventilated environment. So this guy's in his house smoking meat.
Well, it was on his back patio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it just like permeated into
the house?
into every orifice.
Could be worse things your house smells like.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm just saying. I'd rather come home to the smell of bacon than something else. Although I get that because this is and it's usually sausage or bacon are the two that happens. Sunday mornings you're out there, or Saturday morning you're like, let's make a big family breakfast.
Yep.
You cook a bunch of bacon or cook a bunch of sausage, and then about 3:00 in the afternoon you go out and you come back home and you walk in like
everything
smells like maple syrup and sausage.
Yep.
It's like,
which is why to this day I cannot stand maple bacon. I cannot stand maple sausage. Like any sweet meats in the morning, I can't stand it because that smell will just stay on your walls, like on every surface you have for days.
You need to go camping.
I do actually need to go camping. It's been a while.
Go camping, and then you cook all your maple flavored meats out in the open.
Yeah, I don't want maple flavored meats.
They're tasty.
No, they're not. I mean, I guess they can be, but I'm just not a huge fan of like.
I'm not so much bacon, but those sausage links where they infuse the maple in it, I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty good.
Now the sausage links are a little bit different.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like a Jimmy Dean, sausage patty, like that comes in the roll, making your sausage patty.
Yeah, I don't mess with that.
I'm not a huge fan of like maple flavored.
Yeah, I don't mess with those in flavors.
But if we're talking like maple with that pop, like the sausage link pop, then I would agree with you.
Yeah, I like
It's
that.
weird how that's my line.
Well, and
it has to have a casing.
Well, and the reason why I like it, because I'm one of those guys that when you get pancakes, I have to get sausage links to accompany it, and I dip my sausage links in the syrup that the pancakes in. I've done that my whole life.
That's a baller move. That's not.
But that's when I have those sausage links that got the hint of the maple. That's what I think of is when I do that.
I think that I have just such negative memories of my house smelling like permeating with that smell.
And to be honest, as it's cooking, I love that smell. It smells great. It makes me happy inside. It's when I smell it at 3 PM. I'm like, all right, this is gross.
Right. At that point, you're like, open the windows, kids.
Yeah. Now my thing is because, and I don't know what happened here, and I've talked about this on the radio, but my wife and I did a complete 180 on Spam.
Yeah?
Both of us. We each did a 180 because we were opposite, and we're still opposite.
So now,
but we're the opposite of the other opposite.
Let me see if I can guess. You used to be pro Spam, and now you're anti Spam.
Opposite.
Really? So now you're pro Spam now?
Yes.
So what turned you?
Cutting it up into little pieces and frying it.
Like cubes?
Cubes or like straw, or like...
Okay.
Like a sliver.
So it's more about the more even coverage of the sear
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're actually because when you cut it into a slice, you're only searing two sides. You're not getting all the
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So like a diced Spam is good, like a Spam and eggs.
Yes.
For example.
Yes. Or what a move I've done a couple times here. Like we've just had a baked potato for dinner.
Right.
And so I'll get a baked potato and put cheese and sour cream and throw some Spam meat.
That's
on top of it.
That's interesting.
It's pretty good.
I sit in no position to judge as a man who has admitted out loud that I like a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. I have no room to judge anyone's food preferences. But that just seems real salty.
But it's not. It really if you fry it up, it's got that crunch to it.
Like when I have
it works with the potato and the butter and the sour cream and the cheese.
When I do the Spam and eggs, I intentionally under-season my eggs because I know how salty the Spam is going to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have to kind of compensate in those realms. So
Sure.
I feel like it would be like a sodium hit.
To me, it's not. I mean, yeah, my doctor may disagree, but it doesn't taste.
The cardiologist doesn't appreciate it,
but to me, that's the part that makes me. But when my wife and I were married, I was like, "You will not get me to eat Spam. That is just not right." And my wife was like, "It's pretty good. You ever had a Spam burger?" And she fixed them for me.
I would have thought that she would have been more skeeved out by it.
Well, and that's the thing. It's 180.
Right.
So she was, when we were first married, she used to tell me, we ate Spam burgers and Texas Dad came in. And a couple times she tried it. She said, well, give it a try. And I was like, you're trying to it's edible, but you're trying to sell me on this is better than a hamburger. And I'm like, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
That ain't it.
Right.
And so, and then a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I'm sitting there and I don't know what happened. I think I saw a commercial. I probably saw a commercial of him cutting up Spam and putting it on something. I said, I was hungry and I said, that doesn't look bad. And so I was at the store and I bought the Spam. I said, let's do this. And my wife was like, okay. And then I cut it up and she said, ew, gross, and never touched it again.
Huh. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. There was a classic WWF match back in the 90s.
Okay.
Where one wrestler entered a face and one went in a heel. And within the match, they managed to swap. They managed to leave the match, whereas the face left a heel and the heel left a face.
Yeah.
You guys literally pulled that exact same move with Spam.
Yes.
Well done.
And I don't know. And to me, like, I feel like I'm the one who didn't give it a fair shot. Now I did, and I'm like, okay, I erred in my ways. I don't know what her reasoning is. I don't know if she had some metamorphical change in her taste buds.
Well, and
that it tasted good when she was in her 20s. In her, my later years. I don't want to say. I know it's not really polite to say women's age,
right.
But
now that she's in her late 20s.
Yeah, in her later 20s, she's not so keen on it. I don't know.
Fair enough. It could just be that, I ate like a savage when I was, in my 20s.
Yeah.
I still eat like a savage. It gives me intestinal distress now.
Now I pay for it.
Now I pay for it. Now I wake up the next morning going, oh, what was I doing? Why?
Yeah.
I had check out this move. I had a Frito pie the other night with chili cheese Fritos.
How was that?
It was phenomenal.
That's a lot going on there.
It was a lot of heartburn.
Yeah.
Afterwards, but pop a couple times, you're fine. It was like, it almost felt wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're like I was cheating the system. Like I was having double chili, double cheese.
Well, now I'd be curious to see what that is like with that honey barbecue, the curly ones.
Twists.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well,
now we're getting back to sweet in my in the meats and stuff.
I don't know. Like, it just seems like too much chili with the chili cheese.
It's what,
those are coated in that powder.
Here's what I was doing. Like towards like the end of the Frito pie,
yeah.
I had a couple extra Fritos. I was kind of doing a 1-to-1 comparison.
Yeah.
Of like the Frito chili pie with just the Fritos. They do a real good job replicating that flavor on those chips.
Yeah, they're tasty.
They're
chips.
real good.
I do like those
people.
chips.
You guys are good at what you do.
I like the chili cheese Fritos. I've never used them as a dipper. Like I've always, only time I ever ate them were au natural.
Sure.
Whereas regular Fritos, Frito pie, nacho, whatever you do with them, but the twists and the chili cheese ones were au natural. I've only ate them in that way.
I think if you did the twists, I think the move would be to do it like the New Mexico style in the bag.
In the bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's probably the move with the twists, because then you can kind of get the even coverage because it's more like a rigatoni noodle.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
It's kind of like a corned pasta salad.
Yeah. So it's almost, you almost get like a shake and bake situation. You put your ingredients inside, you shake it up and let it kind of get into the nooks and the crannies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be good.
Could be.
You might have just turned me on that idea.
Could be.
There's not enough flavors of Fritos. There's only, I mean, granted, when you have perfection, why mess with it?
Yeah.
But it's like there's only two flavor options.
Do they have a jalapeno one?
They might.
I think I've seen a jalapeno.
It might be like a seasonal thing or like regional.
I think I've seen like a jalapeno one floating around out there.
I just wonder if like in Japan they have like shrimp flavored Fritos.
I would guess they
have shrimp flavored everything over there.
Are they big in corn chips though? I don't see a lot of Asian dishes with corn.
Not a lot. There's probably not a lot of corn
based dishes in there. You know what I mean? That's more Hispanic Latin culture.
True.
And I'm sure that's just because they don't grow corn as much in Asia as they do here. I'm guessing. I have no idea. I
can't remember the comedian, but he said if you looked at Earth from space, it looks like a piece of Crispix cereal. It's corn on one side, rice on the other.
I'm pretty sure that's.
And it stays crispy in milk, so there's that.
It's 8:22. I don't think our guest is here. I would imagine. I think I would have heard something. If nobody there? All right, that's what I figured. So we'll see if they come by. If not, I guess we'll shoot the breeze here or something. It is 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our temperatures will be trending a little bit cooler over the next couple of days as high pressure moves in from the central Rockies. Lots of sunshine today, and our afternoon high pretty comfortable at about 75 and a little bit breezy. Overnight, we're in the upper 30s and clear, and then a little cooler on Thursday. We'll stay in the upper 60s and fair, about 70 and sunny Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, did I refresh? I don't think I did. Hold on. No, I didn't. Let me refresh to get a fresher weather here. There it is. Currently 48 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 30% with winds out of the northwest at 6 miles per hour. Sunny today, mid-70s, 75 officially. Northeast winds at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear, looking at an overnight low of 38 with north winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny, highs right around 70, north winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, later shifting to the south. Tomorrow night, clear skies with an overnight low of 36 degrees, southeast winds 5 to 10. Friday, sunny and 72 with north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then your weekend warms up. We're going from 70s through Friday, but Saturday we're going to be back up near 90. Sunny, high of 89 on Saturday. Sunny, high near 90 on Sunday. And then when you head back to work and school next week on Monday, breezy but sunny with a high near 85. So it looks like we're going to have some wind Monday, Tuesday. They're using terms like breezy and windy during that part of next week. We'll see how that shapes up. All right, it is 8:25. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll see if our guest, I got a feeling we're not going to see him today if we haven't seen him by now. But we'll leave some time. If not, we'll chit-chat and talk about some other stuff. Don't go away.
There's nothing like a good night's sleep. But if your old, worn-out mattress is keeping you up at night, then hurry to Glenn's Furniture and change your life. Glenn's carries Serta, the finest mattress in the world. Whether you prefer a traditional inner spring, a modern memory foam, or a hybrid that combines the best of both, Glenn's has the right size and right firmness in stock, specially priced and ready for free delivery. So don't lay awake another night. Head for Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, making sweet dreams since 1953.
You know what happens in the spring. It's cleanup time. And AC&B, HF Sinclair, Navajo Refining, and the Boy Scouts are at it again to help clean up our community. The Scouts will come to your house and haul off items that you need to dispose of and have no way of hauling. The dates for pickup are April 23rd, May 28th, June 4, and June 11. Just call 575-513-0143 and let me know when, where, and what. Take advantage of this free service and let's make Artesia clean and beautiful.
Finally, a return to normal prom season. And Roswell's most unique boutique has something special for you early birdies with the Hippie Chicks Early Bird Tux Rental Drawing. Simply rent your tux by April 1st and you'll be entered into an exclusive drawing for a $100 Peppers gift card. And with lots of styles to choose from, you can't lose. Open Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. at 802 South Main in Roswell. Look for the lime green VW Bug or call 575-627-3868. And find Shop Hippie Chicks on Facebook to see it all. Hippie Chicks, Roswell's prom powerhouse.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. To remember.
When you're not feeling well, the last thing you want to worry about is how soon you can get in to see your healthcare provider, or even finding a provider if you don't have one. Well, now you can feel better, knowing that the Loveless Healthcare Center in Roswell offers appointments for when you're not feeling well, or for checkups, annual exams, or any chronic issues that need attention. To schedule an appointment or to find a new healthcare provider, call 575-625-3222 today.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Hey, Mark.
Morning, Sam.
Having the house remodeled?
Nah, I got termites, and they're chewing the place up.
Welcome to the neighborhood. I've got them too.
Really?
Yeah, just had a termite treatment put in.
You did? I didn't see a lot of digging around your house.
That's because I went with the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. It's a lot easier to install than what you're doing. They just place bait stations around the house, and then the termites share the bait with each other until the colony is gone. No digging, no chemical solution, just simple protection that's environmentally responsible.
Wow.
Yeah, I even got a Green Chemistry Award from the EPA.
Centricon, huh? I'll be right back.
Hey, where you going?
Tell these guys to stop digging. I'm getting Centricon.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today for all of Southeast New Mexico. 575-623-5344.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:30. Still not seen. My guest is okay. Don't worry. All right. This is why I get mad. This is why I get mad. All right, I'm gonna play a little inside baseball now.
All right.
It's time. All right.
Oh wait, no. Are we calling out who and what I think we're calling out?
No, I'm just going to point out dumbness.
Okay.
I'm not going to mention names.
Fair enough.
But we have people that just do dumb things that work for this company. They do and say and commit dumb things.
I wouldn't necessarily say dumb so much as just lazy.
Well, no, this one is dumb, I think. Because they're telling me there's revisions to something already revised, and then they say there's revisions, and then I say, we did the revisions. What are the revisions that you're talking about? I said, no, we're good. But you just sent me a thing this morning after said revisions are done saying I need to revise them.
Were they aware that the revisions had already been
I think they just shout out saying there's revisions, and they didn't take their fat beak and stick it into the thing and see the revisions have already been done. That's what I think.
Right, because you didn't email them to him directly.
Because I'm not supposed to.
Right.
I'm supposed to use the system that we have been provided by our bosses to do the job.
I got to tell you, the what was pulled on me the other day was I can't log in anymore because I can't remember my password and I've exceeded the number of tries, so I'm locked out of the system.
Because you're a moron and don't do your job right is not a problem on my end. I'm sorry. Figure out how to do your job. Or find another job. It's not hard.
Lack of preparedness on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part.
Exactly. I'm tired. I bail these people out all the time, and not once do these idiots, take the moment to maybe learn this stuff. They just keep sitting there going, I can't figure it out. You need to fix it for me. And then they won't take the moment to sit down and learn this stuff. Because I had to. Right. You do it too.
Our money depends on it. Theirs does not.
Well, it sure will when I don't do the work and they don't get their sales.
Because, well, you know, when you've got a group of people that are, he's got the clip on his finger. He's trying to relieve some pressure. I get that. I totally understand. Like, I'm going to clamp down on something.
I'm a pretty. People can be like, nuh-uh. I actually am a pretty easygoing guy.
It's true.
For the most part.
It's true.
I really don't get upset about, but there's certain things that get under my skin, and one of them is people that are half effort and then expect me to jump through hoops for them, but they will not do the bare minimum things I ask them to do to get it done. And it's not like I'm asking for dumbness. All I ask for is things like approved copy before I make something. Give me a pronouncer on something that doesn't sound everyday common English.
Approved copy.
And they look at me like I'm asking for foreign weird things. And it's like, you idiots, this is the job.
See, here's the thing. It's not just in our industry. I know it seems like we're complaining about a very closed off sector.
Yeah, this is inside baseball.
Sign off on the proof before I print the final copy, okay? That's all we're asking.
Yeah. It's just stuff that should be done commonly.
What drives me nuts,
day.
I'll put in the chat, and then again, this is I understand this is riveting radio. I'll put in the chat, please run this by the client, make sure this is good to go. They'll say, looked at it, looks good. Looks good, run with it. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
What do they think?
I'm not looking for your opinion, salesperson. I'm looking for your client's
until
opinion.
They heard it. Well,
because they didn't hear it till your dumb self didn't. Oh, this is where I get mad. They don't do their job because they get screamed at about dollars, and they're just trying to get dollars on the books, and they don't care that the dollars are flimsy as all get out because they're not doing the rest of the job to put the dollars on the books. That's the kind of stuff. But I know I'm getting inside baseball. Sorry, I just got a text. And this is why you don't text me during the show about stuff like this.
I have said this since I started my career in radio. Leave me alone during the morning show hours. I am focused on doing a good show.
Or a show, in my case.
Or a show, yes. Or I'm recovering from some type of thing I just put myself through. But either way, I need this is me time. This is my time with me and the listeners, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like parents. You can appreciate this.
Moms, dads.
It's kind of like you're talking with your friend here. You talk and say, hey, yeah, we went to the store, we were at the thing, and then we went down to the thing, we had a good time, and we did this. And then while you're telling this story, your child is tugging on your shirt going, I want a candy bar. You got to get me a candy bar. You got to get me candy. That's our salespeople. They're the little kids screaming for the candy bar.
Right.
Well, we're trying to have an adult conversation.
We'll get to you in a minute, okay? Adults are talking right now.
That's what's going on.
Pestering little kids.
Sorry, it was just one of those things, and then I'm like, all right, what's wrong now? And then I went to go look, and I'm like, he added a revision, but the revision's the same revision I already revised. Why is that?
Right.
And then I went, well, maybe the Spanish people didn't do the revision. Then I went back and looked at and listened to the ad again. And I don't speak Spanish fluently, but I know enough to know when they're saying numbers and stuff. So I listened to the part they wanted added. I'm like, that's what they're saying. That's the part I added. It's right there. I'm hearing it. I know what they're saying in Spanish right there.
So what happened was he sent the email prematurely, found the revisions, and didn't bother to send a follow-up email saying that he was good.
But here's the part that makes me mad. We have a system that's kind of our Bible. It's a piece of software that the sales reps submit orders and information to us. We produce said things and put them back to them. We're supposed to do, that's the conduit. Everything goes through there. That's why everything's transparent.
Almost everything goes through there.
That's what, this is how it's supposed to be.
I agree.
But these folks don't embrace that system. They're too used to us emailing us stuff and saying, put this order in, do this. And so now we're making them do work, like fill out forms and stuff.
Right.
And they don't like it. They don't like doing it. They want to free flow and roll around and say buy sell, and then walk out the door and go to a party. That's what they want to do. And I'm like, no, you got to get your butt in the dirt and do your work, and then you can buy sell. They don't want to put that in, and I'm like, I'm not putting it in for you anymore. I'm done with that.
I think we're just too good at what we do, Mike. I think we're just too good to them.
See, I'm not trying to sound like that either,
I am.
because I don't think that's the case. I'm not.
Unionize. Let's make this happen.
I screw up enough stuff, and I'm not perfect at anything. But
no, but that's just. But,
dang it.
But we're putting in the effort and doing things the right way. We make mistakes like every single. I make constant mistakes.
Yeah.
And yes, the system, it's not perfect. It has glitches. I'll give you that. But it can't. You're going to tell me that glitching once or twice is going to completely prevent you from using the system ever?
Yeah.
No.
Like I put a question in yesterday, about 2 o'clock. A question in the chat about an ad. Hey, here's a question. Before I can proceed, I need to know the answer here. Do you think they've looked to respond? It's been almost 24 hours, and I didn't ask a question that required deep research.
I waited a full business week after posting a question in the chat, and then eventually I just called the person and asked the question and got the answer. Like that.
I know, but I'm tired of having to do that.
Right.
I need them to be responsible and pay attention to what we're doing, because if they're not, then they need to find another job. That's the way I look at it. I'm sorry. If you're not willing to do what it takes to do this job, then you should find another one. If you're not willing to get in there and do this stuff, then go work for a radio station that won't let you do this stuff. I'm tired of it.
Right.
I'm tired of these people just doing what they want, and then I got to sit here and suck it up. You know.
I completely. It's just two dudes sitting in a room agreeing with each other.
And it's all easily fixed. It's just 5 extra minutes of prep, doing a little homework, doing a little checking, saying, hey, maybe I should get this approved real quick. Or, hey, I don't know how that's pronounced. Maybe I should call them real quick and see how it's pronounced.
Right.
And that's what their job is. They're supposed to be the liaison between their client and everything to get them the product. And we, the monkeys in the basement, are supposed to make the product and give it to them, and they go and do that. That's how it's supposed to work. But they don't understand that they got to interact with these people, or the client goes in there and gives them a rigmarole, and they get intimidated and are afraid to go in there and tell them how life really works sometimes. Because there's sometimes where clients are wrong about, marketing and things like that. And
we've been doing this for a while. We kind of know what works.
Yeah, I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. Sean's right behind me, and so we kind of know a thing or two. We've seen stuff. We've been there. We've experienced all this. And so when we get people telling us we don't know what we're doing, and I'm like, you sell cards for a living. You may know a lot about cards, but you're not an expert on how to get people to come into your store. Right. That's what we do. We do this for a living. So when I tell you things and you tell me I'm wrong, I'm like, sure, okay, whatever. I'll do whatever you want. But when your advertising doesn't work properly, don't come to me blaming me about it, because you didn't listen to what I know works and doesn't work in that particular ad. And so our salespeople know some of that, some don't. And some just sit there and say, but they want this. And I'm like, okay. And then sometimes it gets legalities. Like people want to say this. And I'm like, well, or why can't I put a Van Halen song in there? It's like, because you got to pay Van Halen a royalty rights to put that song in. Are you willing to pay that?
Right.
And I know we're in small market.
I don't even know where to start, who to contact. Honestly.
Well, and we live in a small world. We live in a small town. People think we're isolated on this, and you know what? 30 years ago, you might have been right. You might have been able to get away with that. But the internet has changed everything.
Now. Yeah.
And so
I distinctly remember. I would even, I'm not going to shout out the company because they still exist, but well, do they? I don't know. It was an internet company here in town that for the longest, for like a decade, was using the song "The Heat Is On" for their 56K internet speeds. Yeah. You remember the commercial I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah.
With the 3-letter company?
Yeah.
Yep. But for years that happened.
Yeah. And they never paid royalties.
No, I'm sure. I'm positive they never reached out and paid royalties.
Yeah. And that's the point. And so when we say stuff like that, it's like, hey, you can't do that. And then they like, yes, okay. Or little things like their company's an LLC. And hell, we've had Matt Bristol sitting on the show saying exactly what I've just said.
Right.
If you're an LLC, you have to advertise that.
You have to at least once in your ads say that you're an LLC.
So when you're an LLC and you're running around doing your ads and you don't mention LLC in there, you could be in violation of your LLC. And if you need your LLC protections, that might lose your LLC protections.
Right.
Because you failed to not put it in all of your business and everything that goes out into the public.
And these are things that
and
your average salesperson doesn't think about.
And we're just telling you that to look out for you, the client. But when you argue with us and tell us that we're stupid and full of crap, I'm like, fine, go burn. I don't care. I hope to God your business fails, and I hope you try to use your LLC protection, and they tell you no. And then you're going to be up a creek without a paddle. And I tried to warn you, and I'm sorry. If you're going to be that stupid, then I have no sympathy. I really don't. I'll move about my day, and I'll go live my world. If you're going to be that pig-headed to not listen to someone that maybe been doing it 20 years and knows what he's talking about a little bit, just maybe. So,
yeah, fair enough. This is like your pipe bomb. This is like your.
I just therapied out here. I got to see a guest should have showed up.
This could have all been prevented, man. Could have made this so much better. And sitting here talking about the sock hop or something. Yeah, sometimes you just need to get the poison out. I get it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's maybe me getting older, and I get when you're younger and your priorities change, and now I'm getting to be like the dad, in those progressive commercials. That's like, this tuna, whoever sliced this ham is doing a great job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm starting. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I see those commercials, and some of me's like going, what's wrong with giving the guy an attaboy for cutting the meat good? I mean, how often does he get, probably made him feel better. That's a good thing. Why are you judging a man or calling him a goofball because he dapped a dude up for cutting his ham right? I mean, there ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah. I would want to know if my shopping cart pulls a little to the right, These are important.
And the guy told the manager, hey, the guy in produce is on point. That man in produce might get a promotion because of that. He did wonderful things.
Yeah.
Okay, so he messed up on the chips. No big deal. That's a guy thing. Because he tried to go, hey, it's a party. Remember, he grabbed like the individual chip?
Yeah.
It's a party. You might want to get. He's like, oh, yeah. Other than that, he did all right by me.
He was fine.
Yeah. So, but
nice little woo-saw there.
Although,
I think the point we're trying to get at is love your fellow man. That's really all we're trying to say.
and when your deli guy does a good job, let him know.
Yeah. That guy might have had the worst day ever, and maybe all he has going for him is the fact that he's the best meat slicer in the game.
You never know.
Yeah,
I sympathize. I worked in a deli for a while, and when I was like 18, I worked in a meat room, but part of my shifts I would work in the deli, and I would literally do that. I go and slice ham or liverwurst or bratwurst or turkey or pea and pea loaf or whatever it is, and I got quite skilled and adept at it. And you're like, all right, you take a little pride in it. It's like, all right, if I do this way and slice this way and my wrapping skills. I got really good at wrapping meats and things in the Reynolds wrap. I can't, to this day, if I buy the Reynolds wrap in the box, I literally tell my wife I'm not doing it.
The cling wrap?
Yes.
Right.
I tell her I can't do it. I don't have it. Every time I do it, it ends up in a ball, and I throw it away.
Yeah. Same.
But when I had that machine thing with you pull it out, I was all about that.
What you need is like a standalone thing on your counter so you can pull the cling wrap out, and then you have to have something that will hold it down so you can pull the sheet.
Yeah, I need a third hand.
You do. You really do.
Problem is, I don't cling wrap enough to warrant buying a cling wrapping device.
That's what I keep Ziploc bags for.
Exactly. Or aluminum foil.
Yeah.
You can cover a lot with foil.
Sure can. Cover up a lot of problems.
And foil don't stick and ball up like it, I can work it.
Plus, you can annoy your friends with fillings. Just,
I'm a foil guy. I do a lot of foiling.
So I grew up in Oklahoma, and for a large portion of my life, it was not called foil.
What do you call it?
Foil.
Foil?
Foil. Aluminum foil.
Anybody call it tin foil?
No. That's too many. That's way too many syllables.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that many syllables.
I know some people call it tin foil.
Yeah, I've definitely heard tin foil before, but yeah, growing up it was always aluminum foil. Not even aluminum, just aluminum foil.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what I say when I think I just say foil.
Yeah, foil?
I think. Now I'm going to pay attention. Like, hey, sweetie, hand me the foil. I think that's what I say.
Yeah, now it's in your head. You're going to be all self-conscious of it.
Yeah. Aluminum foil.
This is another thing that happens when you're doing a commercial or having somebody cut a spot. If you point out a word that they're mispronouncing, the next time they cut that line, they're going to overemphasize the bejesus out of that one word.
True. That's very true.
Same thing. It's like now the foil is in your head. You're gonna, hey, can you hand me the foil?
Foil.
You're going to perk up a little bit when you say it.
Aluminum. Oh, you know what? I can tell you. Yeah, I got about 5 minutes before I got to play some news and all that. So I'm full on into this show on HBO now. Winning Time.
The show with John C. Reilly.
Yes.
Okay.
I watched it comes out Sunday nights. They premiere them on Sunday nights, so I usually catch them the next day or two on HBO. I don't know. It's just fun I don't know why. I think it's because it's a little nostalgic for me to see.
Is that the one that Adam McKay produced? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's so where I'm at now. Actually, they left you in a cliffhanger.
Really?
Because the coach, I shouldn't spoil alert it, but something happened to the coach, and they left you hanging there.
It's the classic problem with you. Like, I love this show. I really want to talk about what happened. Oh,
Yeah.
but I know people aren't caught up.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch.
But if you know what it is, it's called
it.
Winning Time, and it's basically I think it's called Winning Time, the rise of the Los Angeles Lakers or something like that. I don't remember the rest of the thing, but it's in essence, it takes over. It's a story of the Lakers, and it takes over right when Jack Kent Cooke sells the team to Dr. Jerry Buss, and they draft Magic Johnson. And that's where they pick up the show. It's Kareem. It's Jerry. What's his name is kind of done being a coach. All of that. And then they got to build. And so Buss is going to turn, and he's trying to turn the Lakers into what we know the Lakers, and bringing in the Laker girls and all of that stuff, and creating that environment.
Was that? I might be wrong. Was that? Was Dikembe Mutombo? He was never a Laker, was he?
No.
Okay. I was curious if that was in that same.
No. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That was in the 90s, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is 79.
Yeah.
Magic rookie season was 79, so that was that season. So that's where they pick it up. But in this episode, because that's what I like is some of the people that are very famous now. Some of them got their start doing this stuff,
right?
And they introduced one of those last night, Paula Abdul.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
She's like the originator of the Laker girls. In case you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
She the way the show portrays it, I'm sure it's maybe a bit different than this, but probably pretty close. Jerry Buss, Dr. Jerry Buss, he wanted like a more sexier strip club like dance.
Right.
Like he didn't want the cheerleaders with the rah-rah. He wanted LA sexy and da-da-da-da-da. And so he's firing these dance people left and right, and then Paula Abdul's, the way the story portrays it, in one of these dance groups and starts getting the dance moves. But anyway, so they hire her as the coordinator, and she's the one that creates the Laker girls and creates the moves and the dances and all that stuff. So Paula Abdul,
wow.
I knew she was a Laker girl. I didn't know she was the Laker girl. She was like the one that created the Laker girls.
It's always funny when you find out where they got their, like where, the hotties of today got their start. Like, the fact Jennifer Lopez was a fly girl.
I did know that.
It's like those, that's one of the more known ones.
Yeah.
But it's just like one of those things like, oh, Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at her way back when.
Yeah, and I knew she was in. That's where she got famous. She was a Laker girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's where, and then her singing career took off. But I didn't realize she pretty much. You know how she's known as a dance choreographer and all that stuff. That's all her. The Lakers were her. The Laker girls. That with the imaging, the dancing, the moves. That's from the mind of Paula.
I'm wondering if she's ever gotten like a lifetime achievement award or something.
Well, I think she has. I think
Hall of Fame.
I think she's well recognized and well in that community. She's looked at as the top in the field. You know, as one of those. You know?
It's like one of those if you know, you know situations.
Yeah.
Those who need to know.
Well, she's famous for being a singer. She's famous for being on American Idol.
She's famous for being bat crap crazy.
But that's just it. I think in her realm, she's not.
Right.
I think she just sounds like that in everybody. You know what I mean? Like, did you ever watch the Impractical Jokers movie?
The movie? No, I never.
She's in it.
Is she? Oh, that's
prominent.
Right. She
really
is. That's right. I forgot.
She's prominently in it. The whole point of the movie is her.
Yeah, it was like the Paul Abdul concert.
Yeah, to go to the Paul Abdul concert.
Right.
And I gotta be honest, I think she gets a raw deal. I think she's a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie to that. But I think she's more with it than most people think.
I legitimately forgot that there was an Impractical Jokers movie until you just said that.
Yeah.
That's how unimportant that movie was.
I enjoyed the movie.
I'm sure it was fine.
Yeah. It's not like the Jerky Boys movie.
I just have a hard time getting into something that at the end of it, I'm just going to be like, that was fine. You know, I'm committing time to that. I don't want to go in and think something's fine.
In all fairness, I think some of the bits they do in there are just like the TV show bits. I mean, they're recorded and everything from the movie and some of it's scripted. But they legit go into some of these restaurants and some of these places and do their shtick that they do on the show. And so there's some of that in there that's funny. But yeah, like the scripted stuff, like there's a scene with a car. And I'm wondering how much of that scene where Joe Gatto's pulled over on the side of the highway with his car. And the things that they say and do to get people to pull over.
I figure, and this is how I'm seeing in my head. I know you got to go take a break. But I figure in my head, it's a lot like the setups for like Borat. Where the setups are staged, but the reactions are real.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison, I think. Yeah. But it's all right. I mean,
I'm sure.
If you like Impractical Jokers,
where could I even stream that now?
I know it's on HBO Max.
Okay,
I think that's one of the places I know it's on. Past that, I'm not sure. So, all right, it is 8:53. Let's go ahead and pause for some news. Your Town Hall Wall Street Business Update, quick break as well. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Sorello. An Eddy County man is arrested and charged with attempted murder after a dispute with his neighbor over tumbleweeds. Reports show 57-year-old Philip Earl Scott was arrested for allegedly shooting his neighbor on March 21st after he claimed the neighbor was throwing tumbleweeds onto his property. The unnamed victim was taken to Artesia General Hospital and was eventually transferred to an out-of-state hospital. His current condition is not known. As of this morning, Scott was listed as an inmate of the Eddy County Jail, being held for attempted murder and aggravated assault. A stampede will take place at Roswell Spring River Zoo this weekend, but it won't be the animals. The zoo is hosting children this weekend, offering kids age 12 and younger the opportunity for a fun half-mile run through the zoo with some special stops along the way. The Kids Stampede at Spring River Zoo starts at 9 a.m. Saturday. Entry fee is $10 per child. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our temperatures will be trending a little bit cooler over the next couple of days as high pressure moves in from the central Rockies. Lots of sunshine today, and our afternoon high pretty comfortable at about 75 and a little bit breezy. Overnight, we're in the upper 30s and clear, and then a little cooler on Thursday. We'll stay in the upper 60s and fair, about 70 and sunny Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The Biden administration plans to freeze federal student loan payments through August 31st, extending a moratorium that has allowed millions of Americans to postpone payments during the coronavirus pandemic. Student loan payments were scheduled to resume May 1st after being halted since early in the pandemic. The action applies to more than 43 million Americans who owe a combined $1.6 trillion in student debt held by the federal government. JetBlue Airways has offered to buy Spirit Airlines for about $3.6 billion and break up a plan for Spirit to merge with rival budget carrier Frontier Airlines. Spirit said Tuesday that its board will evaluate the JetBlue bid. In a statement, New York-based JetBlue said combining with Spirit would lead to lower fares by creating the most compelling national low-fare challenger to the nation's four biggest airlines. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Where can you find the best selection of beautiful and unique home decor in the region? Easy, Casa Decor in Ruidoso. For years, people from all over have come to Casa Decor for the best selection of rustic, real wood furniture, beautiful decor from the Southwest and beyond, and quality outdoor furniture and accessories that are built to last a lifetime. At Casa Decor, they have over 10,000 square feet of showroom for everything you need. Casa Decor opens 7 days a week from 9:30 to 5 at 1214 Meacham Drive in Ruidoso or online at casadecorruidoso.com. Proud supporter of local high school sports.
Finally, a return to normal prom season. And Roswell's most unique boutique has something special for you early birdies with the Hippie Chicks Early Bird Tux Rental Drawing. Simply rent your tux by April 1st and you'll be entered into an exclusive drawing for a $100 Peppers gift card. And with lots of styles to choose from, you can't lose. Open Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. at 802 South Main in Roswell. Look for the lime green VW Bug or call 575-627-3868. And find Shop Hippie Chicks on Facebook to see it all. Hippie Chicks, Roswell's prom powerhouse.
Roswell Medical Clinic is pleased to welcome Tanya Montoya as the newest member of the family. Tanya's expertise includes functional medicine, wellness, and women's health. Tanya seeks to truly partner with her patients to provide cutting-edge ideas to not only treat chronic diseases, but reverse them. Roswell Medical Clinic is committed to listening and helping each patient become the best version of themselves. Call Roswell Medical Clinic at 575-623-3311 or stop by 111 West Hobb Street. Roswell Medical Clinic, providers that listen.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:59. Stay tuned next hour, here about 9:15 or so. We're going to play our interview we had yesterday in the 8 o'clock hour. We had from the Roswell Police Department, Sergeant Grace Frescas and Lieutenant Richard Romero join us. We talked Neighborhood Watch and talk more. Sergeant Frescas is the Neighborhood Watch Coordinator for the Roswell Police Department, and she's been actively putting together new neighborhood watches and all kinds of stuff, updates there. And, of course, talking recruitment as well, looking for folks that are wanting to be a part and serve with the Roswell Police Department. Had a great conversation with them, so we'll play that next hour here about 9:15. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side of Town Hall News. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason.
The world sees what is happening in Ukraine. The Justice Department sees what is happening in Ukraine.
Attorney General Garland announcing the indictment of a Russian oligarch and the seizure of millions of dollars in assets amid growing evidence of Russian atrocities, the horrific abuse, torture, and slaughter of civilians by Putin's troops in Ukraine.
We are assisting international efforts to identify and hold accountable those responsible for atrocities in Ukraine, and we will continue to do so.
He says U.S. authorities have also taken down a global cybercrime operation that was controlled by Russian military intelligence. And the U.S. is sanctioning 2 of Vladimir Putin's adult daughters, also toughening penalties on Russian banks. A Ukrainian regional governor reports attacks on a fuel depot and a factory. And now Russian troops are said to be looking to the east.
The Ukraine military says Russia's preparing for an offensive in Ukraine's east with the aim to establish complete control over the territory of Donetsk and Luhansk regions.
That's correspondent Charles De Ledesma. Another reprieve for holders of student loans could be in the works.
The White House is expected to extend a moratorium on student loan payments and interest charges through August 31st, a move that affects more than 40 million people who owe $1.6 trillion in student loan debt held by the federal government. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki wouldn't say if it will be extended past the end of August, but
no one has been required to pay a single dime of federal student loans since the president took office.
And that report from correspondent Tim McGuire. Uneasy about what the Fed might have in mind for interest rates, along with the Ukraine situation, stocks sharply lower on Wall Street. The Dow is off 287 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
Human rights activists say violence against journalists in Mexico has reached unprecedented levels, encouraged by government hostility toward the news media.
The human rights organization Article 19 has found that the first 3 months of 2022 were the deadliest on record for Mexican journalists, after 8 reporters were killed. The group's investigation revealed that during the first 3 years of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador's administration, there were almost 2,000 verbal and physical attacks against the media, including at least 30 murders.
And that's a BBC's Sophie Glass-Ryan. Grammy Award-winning songwriter Ed Sheeran has won a UK copyright battle over his 2017 hit, Shape of You. He's blasting what he describes as a culture of baseless lawsuits designed to squeeze money out of artists who are eager to avoid the expense of a trial. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. A tug-of-war has broken out over an airline.
JetBlue Airways is trying to buy Spirit Airlines and break up a plan for Spirit to merge with fellow budget airline Frontier. Spirit said that JetBlue offered $33 a share, or about $3.6 billion. Spirit says its board will evaluate the JetBlue bid and decide what's best for its shareholders. The JetBlue offer is about 40% higher than the value of Frontier's bid. Spirit shares soared after the New York Times reported JetBlue's bid. Keith Peters reporting.
Parts of the southeast have gotten hit once again by powerful storms, severe thunderstorms, possible tornadoes. The region not out of the woods just yet. Forecasters are warning people across the south to keep an eye on the weather today. They say there could be more dangerous storms on the way. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the NASDAQ down 339 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Welcome to the middle of the week.
Mm-hmm.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. Or, yeah, I guess downhill in the best possible sense.
In a
Downhill
good
like
way.
you're finally, entered into you're rolling downhill and you finally hit your stride, and now you're only a couple of days away from when you're going to overroll and then you start bouncing.
Yeah.
And then you're going to hurt yourself.
There's two types of all downhill from here.
Then you've got the weekend to recover, so it's nice.
Yeah. I was thinking the good kind. Not the you're dying soon kind.
not the jackass kind. Not the I hurled myself down a hill.
Yeah. But happy Wednesday.
Yes. Hey, real quick, I do want to give some love to Bosa. I got a phone call yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
From Miss Felicia Juarez from Tobosa. Now, full disclosure, I'm on the board of directors of Tobosa, so I'm a part of the organization, but they are having their annual providers luncheon coming up April 22nd, I believe. And she asked if I would like to be their guest speaker.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
it's cool. It's a chance for me to kind of tell the story about Rhiannon and kind of her.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Sean's daughter is on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm. And we, early on we worked through Los Pasitos and the early intervention program, and just it was the start of amazing things for her, and we've seen just leaps and bounds of growth since then. So just a kind of a chance to kind of brag on Rhiannon a little bit, and bonus, I'm actually bringing Rhiannon along with us for the luncheon, so they can kind of see that this is the product of all the work.
So what happens is when Sean's jokes bomb, he can say, "See, cute kid."
Yep, cute kid. Hey, everybody, I made this, and you helped.
When the laughs aren't yucking up like you'd hope, then you bring out the cuteness. It's a good move.
Yeah. It's cute puppy, cute kid. It's the same thing in dating.
I wish I had a kid I could just will out whenever I bomb. Yeah.
It's the purest form of peacocking.
That's
really, it really
that's
is.
awesome though. It's cool that you get to speak and and it's cool because like you said, you telling your story and being a provider's luncher. There's probably some people that had a very big impact on her life in that audience there, and so I think it's pretty cool to. I'm assuming they hook them up with a delicious meal.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be, I believe, catered by the fine folks at Portofino.
Nice, and I'm assuming so when you speak, you'll give them real purpose on, because it's any job, man. When every time there's days you feel like, are you making a difference in things? And so I'm thinking when you speak, they're seeing here's proof
is in the pudding.
That's going to reinforce.
It's not just
that what they do is awesome.
You get wrapped up in the minutia of policies and procedures and doing things the right way and HIPAA and and complaints and oversight committees and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, what you're ultimately doing is you're changing lives. You're helping people. You're helping families that have moms and dads that have no idea what they're doing because it's all completely brand new. When I got hit with her diagnosis, it was like a train. Sure. I was like, what are we going to do now?
Sure. Well, I mean, think about it. It's hard enough raising a child but then add a level where there's an area where child and parent don't automatically connect.
Communications boundaries. You have
to overcome and figure out how to do that.
Right.
And it's already hard when you have a child that isn't on the spectrum, and now you've got to add that wrinkle. It's very, I'm sure, very traumatizing for some parents.
And I mentioned it was funny. I was worried about I have to write a speech. I came back and literally within 20 minutes I had 3 pages written.
Well. I think
I'm excited about it.
Of all the things of this scenario, the least of your problems is talking.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm not worried about getting up and talking at all.
You have the same problem I do. I can talk, whether it's of merit, that's another thing.
But what I was going to mention was one of the things that I figured out through this whole process with Rhiannon is it was more about me learning what to do, because I had to stop trying to change her to be like us.
Sure.
And I had to figure out how we could change us to be more like her.
Sure.
And that's what broke us through the boundaries of communication.
Sure.
And sort of like, I liken it like breaking the dam, because she was almost completely nonverbal for the first like 4 years of her life. There was a couple of words. I can't shut her up.
I'm about to say,
she will walk
she's
up to
overcome
complete strangers and tell them her life story and show them everything she has.
She likes to, every time I see her, she goes out of her way to say hi. She goes out of her way to find out how I'm doing. And that's a 180 compared to, like you said. I mean, she actually she doesn't like hide and I come and say, hey, how you doing? She runs up to you, like, hey, how are you?
Right.
And you're like, I'm good. How are you doing? She's not shy about it.
I've actually pulled her aside and said, honey, you don't have to force conversation on everybody.
I think it's awesome.
It's one of those things that I don't want to discourage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of want to, curb a bit.
Well, it's read a room.
Yeah.
You got to learn to read the room. And that's something that many adults haven't figured out yet. Right. So that takes time to kind of get down, especially someone who that's not naturally to them. You know what I mean? Like that's not in their wiring. That's not how they're built.
What was funny was when I told her that all this was happening, that she was going to do this, and she said, I was telling her I wrote a speech on it. And then I get up and speak, right? she's ready. I think she's ready. She's going to go write something down.
Maybe she prepares a little paragraph.
Work something up, honey.
Make her do that. I think that'd be a good thing.
That would be kind of cool.
I think it would be awesome for her to say, maybe use it as a way for her to thank these people.
That would be really cool.
Maybe, say, these are the people that helped you. Maybe what do you want to say to them? And let her do her thing, man. I bet you she'll surprise you with some pretty cool stuff.
Not to mention, knock out that stage fright, real early on in life.
There you go.
Yeah.
So she can be a DJ.
So you can middle like the rest of us, honey.
I would wish that on her.
Look, the money ain't great, but we have fun, all right?
That is cool. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. So big thanks to Tabosa for thinking of me and kind of let me have a chance to thank you guys.
That's on the 24th?
The 22nd.
Second.
That's a Friday, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Here's what's on tap for this hour. We probably should get the interview started here in a few, but we'll get you update with the weather here in just a bit. And then around 9:15 or so, yesterday we had Sergeant Grace Frescas and Lieutenant Richard Romero with the Roswell Police Department join us. Sergeant Frescas is the new, she's been with the RPD for a long time, but she's the new Neighborhood Watch coordinator, representative. She's taken over that program. And she's going gangbusters with it over the last couple months. And so she's on talking more about Neighborhood Watch with us and in trying to rekindle and strengthen some of our neighborhood community watches and things like that, and talk a little recruitment and all that too. So
a lot of see something, say something. A lot of weird stuff happening out there.
You ain't lying.
You need eyes on the streets.
Exactly. So we're gonna play that interview for you here in a bit, and we'll get you updated with news and all that as well. 9:14. Time for your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Our temperatures will be trending a little bit cooler over the next couple of days as high pressure moves in from the central Rockies. Lots of sunshine today, and our afternoon high pretty comfortable at about 75 and a little bit breezy. Overnight, we're in the upper 30s and clear, and then a little cooler on Thursday. We'll stay in the upper 60s and fair, about 70 and sunny Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 51 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 22%. Winds are calm at the moment. Sunny, 75 for today. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Beautiful day. Chamber of Commerce weather here. Tonight, clear skies with an overnight low of 38 degrees. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, pretty pleasant as well. Sunny, highs near 70, so a smidge cooler. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, skies will be clear with an overnight low of 36 and southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny and 72 with north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then your weekend warming up. Sunny, 89, near 90 on Saturday. Sunday, sunny skies, highs at 90. And then looks like we'll get some wind for the first half of next week. Monday, when you head back to it, mid 80s and sunny and breezy, the term they use there. All right, it is 9:15, taking a 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll play our interview with the folks from the RPD on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
To plant or not to plant? That is the question. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Our tomato plants and pepper plants are ready to go. If you plant them now, you might have homegrown tomatoes and peppers before anyone else, or the frost might kill them. As Clint Eastwood would say, do you feel lucky? You'll either be the smartest gardener in the county, or you'll get to replant them all over again. I say go for it. You'll get more practice and we'll get more business. This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, and I apologize to William Shakespeare.
If your family's like mine, they're ready for some fun. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. A trip to Glenn's is like a trip to Disneyland. A new buttery soft power reclining sofa and love seat turns your living room into familyland. Cozy new bedroom furniture turns the bedrooms into dreamland. A handsome new dining table transforms your old food court into a 4-star restaurant. And it's all in stock, on sale, and ready for free delivery. So treat your family with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh no, baby.
Da, all AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh no, baby.
Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning.
Fergalicious.
From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit?
Fergalicious.
Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love.
Fergalicious.
Central Valley Electric Education Foundation scholarships are now available for CVE members and their dependents. The scholarships can be used by graduating high school students or adults who are continuing their education. Applications are being accepted through April 15, 2022. Visit cvecoop.org/scholarships for eligibility and an application, or call Central Valley Electric Cooperative at 575-746-3571. Remember, these scholarships are available for students of all ages. Apply today.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. It is 17 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Police Department, we have Sergeant Grace Frescas she's actually the neighborhood watch part, and then Lieutenant. I think last time I talked to you, you weren't a lieutenant then.
No,
I don't think you were.
I was a sergeant.
He got a promotion since the last time we talked to him. Lieutenant Richard Romero with us as well. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
Good. How's life at the PD this morning? Always busy, I'm sure.
Super busy.
Yeah.
Super busy, especially now that summer's coming. Everything's getting wilder.
Yeah. And I imagine, I know we got a lot to talk about here, but I'm guessing, since for 2 years, a lot of people weren't going out and about COVID, probably dealing with a lot of more home stuff. But now that the world's opening back up, it's probably almost the calls you get shift a little bit from your domestic stuff to more stuff out in parks and in the public now, because people are out and about now and they get outside and excited and, things happen.
Yeah, it's actually going back to normal.
Gotcha. Normal day-to-day police operation.
Yeah, now people get into fights in stores and
where
public areas instead of just at home.
Very true. But I know this for a fact. if you are looking for a great career in law enforcement, the Roswell Police Department's always taking applications. They're always grooming the next batch to go off to the academy here and make our next Roswell's finest group here. So if you're interested in that, I guess Lieutenant Romero here is probably the guy that you talk to on that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I've been there for, 4 years, I think, in the division, so just kind of off and on. But,
but you're very familiar with the training, the whole,
totally.
And him and guys like him, they really do a good job to prepare you before you even go to the academy.
Yes,
so
before we put you to the street, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get so much training. So if you have a desire to just, even if you're like, well, I don't know if I know the laws, and they'll teach you all of that. If you have the heart and dedication, the rest they can teach you. You know what I mean?
And there's always refreshers for law block
for
the new laws that come out.
And I imagine you guys are kind of like doctors and teachers where the training's constantly evolving and changing. So even when you're a full-fledged police officer doing your daily shift and things, you still have a lot of opportunities where you take training days and things because there's either new procedures or new stuff that your guys are seeing on the street that you have to educate yourselves on and things. So it's constantly evolving your training anyway, regardless whether you've been doing it for 20 years or you're a first-day recruit.
Yes, we're required to update our certification every so often, every 2 years.
Good deal.
We have to have so many hours for 2 years.
Gotcha. Good deal. Yeah, it's constantly keeping you on your toes, I'm sure.
Yes.
But what we want to talk a little bit about today is if you don't desire to be a police officer, but you care about your community and like to see a great area, then we've got another opportunity for you to get involved with, and it's one you've heard of before. It's called Neighborhood Watch.
Yes.
And really, I would say for your job as officers, a well-run neighborhood watch is a vital tool in helping you guys do what you do on the streets. So when you have neighborhood watch programs that are active, participate in, kind of, and it doesn't require a lot of work. It's not like the movies where you have to put on your vest and walk around. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's really just looking out for your neighbors and the people. And I'm stealing your speech. I know I am, but the people that live there know best on what the day-to-day looks like there.
Exactly.
So you're the experts in that community. So when you see things that don't look normal, you're going to notice it way before a police officer or someone else will. And that's what Neighborhood Watch is all about.
Yes, the community is the eyes and the ears of this little division. I'm a one-man division. And so it's actually really wonderful because, like you said, each community is different.
Yeah.
Everybody has their specific and unique needs. So once I actually go and do meet and greet with them and talk to them and find out what their concerns or problems are, it's crazy how different they are. I mean, one could be speeding. The other ones are more of, and this is crazy. I actually had a group of people that were saying, birds were attacking us from the trees.
Those birds, man.
Like swooping down on us. I thought, wow, okay, as long as there's no crime, we're good.
I haven't arrested any birds lately.
Get the bird police over there.
But you laugh. And I completely agree. I think I know what you're talking about. Like my neighborhood, we were joking. I live over in North Springs. We talked about this, but that's a lot of trees, a lot. And I'm telling you, around migrating season, I ain't gonna lie, it's a little Alfred Hitchcock out there. When you walk out to take your trash cans, and you're just hearing thousands of birds in the trees going, you're like, am I safe? Are they going to dive down into? I mean, you get a little weirded out. So it does not surprise me that you've gotten a few.
So it ranges. The complaints or the concerns do range.
Yeah, you get everything from serious stuff to something like that, birds on attack here and things. But really, that's the relationship. We want that relationship between our law enforcement officers and the neighborhoods. It's we're all on the same team. We all want to live in a great place, and being able to just be the person that says, hey, the last couple nights there's been some guy walking through here or whatever. That's how arrests are made. That's how bad guys are taken off the street. Rarely do you catch people in the act. You're not going to walk in on a baker and you got a guy red-handed going, oops, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You catch him afterwards at traffic stops, walking through neighborhoods, doing, casing the next place or just doing things that, that's how you catch these bad guys. But if you don't have the information saying, hey, I've been seeing this guy walking this last couple nights over here, or this, you guys won't know to look for these things or be in those areas. And so you're basically telling officers, hey, this is the guy. He's been hanging out here. Send an officer to kind of patrol that area around this time, and I bet you'll find this guy.
Absolutely.
That's neighborhood watch.
Yes.
A perfect example is that is like we could be driving by and see somebody standing out by a vehicle that doesn't belong to this guy, but we don't know that. So we just drive by and don't think
nothing of it.
And then, but the neighbors see the guy standing out there and they call it in.
Flag it down.
Easy, simple way to put it. So
yeah, and really it's and this is where you guys do your best police stuff. I think is that neighborhood relationships. You guys can when a strong neighborhood watch and everyone kind of on the same page and understanding and looking out for each other. It makes it really hard for bad guys to get away with the bad things. I'm not saying they won't commit crimes because, that's what happens. But they're going to think twice when they know that neighborhood is looking out everything they do and they break in one and next thing you know, they get busted. The odds of them coming back, probably pretty low.
Yeah,
Crime prevention 101.
Yeah, exactly.
And even speaking of that, I have these really large signs that I'll have our streets guys put up.
Okay.
And so, but it kind of looks like maybe there's cameras or something in the area.
It sets up
It's a great deterrent.
It looks like, hey, we're a team. We're part of the community here. We're looking for guys like you. Go ahead and try your stuff. Odds are pretty good. We're going to get you caught.
Yes.
And it really sends that message. So when you see those neighborhood watch signs everywhere, and you see an active group walking around and just seeing. That's how it works.
Yes, and I have had actual neighborhoods that have told me that the normal foot traffic that's gone on goes somewhere else as a result of those signs, which is really nice.
Yeah, the people that are up to no good, they know what they're looking for when they know they're opportunists, just like we all are.
Yes.
They path of least resistance. Shoot. Most robberies and things, it's all path of least resistance. It's breaking into a car and taking it. Rarely, the criminals rarely want any people contact either. They just want to get what they get and be on their way. So if you're hanging out, making it really hard, making it known that there's a lot of eyeballs just hanging out in this area, they're going to be like, I'll move on to the other neighborhood here. It really does work. It makes it to where the most desperate of criminals are going to want to go through or the dumbest.
Opportunistic.
Yeah.
So anything that's an easy opportunity, they're going to try to take it.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So a good neighborhood watch can really prevent some of that. And I'll let you kind of explain us the kind of the responsibilities of a neighborhood watch, because it varies from community to community, but
it does.
It's you don't necessarily have to literally all right, 10 o'clock on a Friday night, we get flashlights and walk around. And it's not really like that.
No, because it's actually a 24-hour thing that everybody's looking out for each other.
Yeah.
Some people can go to work, and you've got those neighbors that, stay home, they're retired, and so they're just in the neighborhood walking their dog, and that's just part of the neighborhood watch.
Absolutely.
They're watching out for their neighbors.
Yeah.
And then those people could go to bed early, and you've got the people coming home from work, and of course they can see the area. Another thing I was going to say was one of the things I do with my neighborhoods is I want to be the bridge of communication between any city entities and the Roswell Police Department.
Okay.
So our captains or the main person of contact for each of these neighborhoods, they can get a hold of me and let me know certain things if it's not an emergency. That way we're not overwhelming front desk with complaints of certain things. That way I can get it out to the correct areas to be investigated.
Do you get non-police stuff for neighborhood watch? And what I mean by, because I know the city, if you go to the city's website and you want to report, say, a street light out or birds. there is a link on the website to do that, but I didn't know if, as a neighborhood watch side, you get a lot of people like, man, if they fix that, because that's a safety and security issue, a street light or something like that. So I was wondering if you dealt with a lot of those kind of all right, obviously the police department's not up there changing light bulbs, but they can get that message over to the city streets guys and those people that can do that.
Yeah, I actually do have the connections. Actually, Excel has been amazing to work with. They have been more than helpful with a lot of these neighborhoods.
Good deal.
We're actually working on one right now on the east side of town to get their neighborhood lit up, because now that it's summertime, there's going to be kids wanting to play outside in their front lawns or areas, and there's no light.
Sure. And where darkness goes, that's where, shenanigans follow. It's just what happens.
Exactly.
It's just out of sight, out of mind. Opportunity is everything, you know?
Yes.
It's just like, it's like kids. You put a group of excellent kids in a room and you stick a bunch of liquor and stuff. Yeah, a couple won't do a thing, but some are like, well, a lot of people have a good time doing this. I'm going to try it. You know what I mean? It's all about opportunity. So, yeah, you know, don't give it. You know, make sure those lights are lit up and things like that. And,
absolutely.
And of course, it follows true. I know we're not really in holiday season, but you know when that goes, when you're out and about in your neighborhoods or shopping and do all that, don't make it easy for these folks. Lock your doors. Leave if you've got expensive items. Don't leave them in plain sight in your vehicle. Hide them. You know, half the time they weren't going to break in, but they just walked by and saw an iPad or a phone or whatever purse sitting on a front seat or something, and cling, and they're gone.
Well, that's something else too. And it's crazy, but there are people out there that will leave large sums of cash in their vehicle, and it'll get broken into. Well, there goes the cash.
And then they're like, "Well, what happened?" And you're like,
"Yeah, absolutely."
I mean, granted, you're right. It shouldn't be. We should, humans should be decent, but they aren't. They just it's humanity's not. So you have to be proactive to a point, and that's and part of it is just being a little street smarts there, locking doors and keeping things out of plain sight, things around your home. Don't, when we talk about shrubs and stuff, the well-lit areas, and don't provide a lot of little hiding spots for people to hide in when they're trying to break into your homes and things like that.
Well, and information and education through the Neighborhood Watch program is also what's been helping a lot of the community members that I have.
Good.
I do send out, it depends on how the captains want to be notified, but I'll send out text messages, or I will send an email out to people. Like if I see a certain pattern in our calls for service, because I've got the computer linked to all the other patrol cars in town.
Gotcha.
Say if there's a bunch of vehicle burglaries. Actually, last week, let me give you an example. We had some kids that decided to go and break into a bunch of vehicles and smash windows in the downtown area.
Was it robbing or vandalism?
No, just a bunch of vandalism.
Okay, gotcha.
So a lot of people aren't going to know to go and look at certain items. Well, I went ahead and sent all these people, hey, go and check your vehicles, your buildings, and sure enough, they did find a bunch of damage.
Places that they necessarily don't look at every day or go
so trying to give them the information so either they know that this is what's going on, hey, let your other neighbors know. That's all part of the Neighborhood Watch program that we have going on.
Yeah, but you're right. That's it's all about keeping out and keeping a lookout. And if things don't look right or seem right, report it. That's the big thing. Is we all have our little intuitions, our little gut in your stomach. Humans, we've got that ability. And sometimes some are stronger with it than others, but we all have that. And sometimes you're in a situation in life and you're like, something's off-putting, something just doesn't line up right here, and that sometimes that gut's a pretty good indicator.
Yes. All it takes is a phone call.
And so a quick phone call to law enforcement, and next thing you know, and if it's nothing, your gut is nothing, guess what? The officers will figure that out and be like, oh, it's no big deal. We'll go on about our day.
Yeah.
But your little gut feeling may have uncovered something that was nefariously planned, prevented it from happening, a major robbery or worse, so don't deny your gut sometimes. If your gut's telling you something don't seem right, report it. And this is if you're at the store, if you're at your house, wherever it is, if you're in a scenario don't look right or feel right.
Yes, so you can either call the front desk to the Roswell Police Department or call 911.
Yeah.
One of the things I do have to tell my people is, yes, please give me information, but I'm not always there because I'm holding meetings or I'm at, speaking engagements, things of that nature, or I'm on my days off. So not all the time. Every once in a while, thankfully.
One falls in your lap every once in a while.
And so I'm not around to answer the phone or anything or return messages or forward it. So a lot of it depends.
Yeah. But the worst thing you can do is do nothing. That's the point we want to make here. And if you have questions and things, and you're out and about town and you see a Roswell police officer or a county sheriff, for that matter, any law enforcement, don't hesitate to walk up and talk to them and ask questions and things. They, as long as they're not actively in a situation or something going on, they're just patrolling or maybe stopping for a meal break or something. Talk to them. They talk. Obviously, if you're looking for recruitment, that's a great place to learn more about what like being a police officer. But if you have questions and things or about just stuff you're seeing, or if you don't know, law enforcement officers are there as information centers as much as they are to serve and protect. That's
but
part of the serving.
So is the community too.
Yeah.
One of the things I do enjoy about my job is that we will have these meetings, and they're 1-hour meetings, and it depends on the neighborhood. We'll hold it once a month or quarterly or whenever is more feasible for them.
Sure.
We will brainstorm together and we will talk about, okay, how do we resolve this?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't always have all the answers, but there are people out there that would be able to give me ideas.
Sure.
But that's, again, how you work together.
Well, it's pulling the information. You have your expertise in law enforcement things, these individuals' expertise on the neighborhood, on what the activity's like, who lives there, what's going on, what looks normal, what does not. And so that partnership, your law enforcement expertise with their eyes and ears, can make a very, very strong deterrent for these kind of things in your neighborhood. So do your part. Law enforcement's ready to do theirs. Come. If you want to, this is part of what people doing. If you want a good place to live, if you want a great community, your government and everything's going to help do that. But at the end of the day, the people have to stand up and roll up their sleeves and get involved, because that's what makes a community great. It's the people in it and what they do. And so the neighborhood watch is really almost a linchpin, I think, in law enforcement in being the best tool for creating that police officer community relations. You know that because and obviously I'm telling you guys, you know better than I do. That's been questioned in the last 3 years, that relationship, and due to a lot of bad information, some good, some bad, but I think we're all learning from that. And the good news is, you know, we keep things like Neighborhood Watch, that fosters more of that. That fosters more. It makes better police officers. It makes better neighborhoods. It really is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, anything else real quick on Neighborhood Watch? I do want to talk a little recruitment with you and just some other stuff we're seeing, too.
No, if anyone has any questions, please call me at 624-6770. My extension is 4162, and I would love to chat, whether in person or on the phone.
I know for a fact she'll come out to if you have your neighborhood meetings, or whether you have like an HOA or just an informal meeting together, or maybe you want to create a meeting of the neighbors for a Neighborhood Watch. Reach out to Sergeant Frescas here, and she'll be happy to.
Especially if there's food, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
She's kidding, but she ain't wrong. I'm just saying. When you want to gather people, I don't care what it is, bring food. They will come.
We do that at our meetings, and we talk what we want to talk about.
Exactly. And everyone's happy.
And it's lots of fun.
It's better to talk about Neighborhood Watch, say, over a sandwich.
Yeah. You're not so hangry having conversations.
You can focus, But I kid, but this really is a good thing. Do that. In all seriousness, do that. Make it a cookout. Maybe make a neighborhood cookout. Y'all get together on a Saturday and y'all bring a covered dish, or go find a common area and bust out the grills and invite Sergeant Frescas over to come and talk and eat a rib with you.
I'll be there.
You might even bring Lieutenant Romero. Be like, I'll come with you.
I've been to a few of them, and I do grub.
He's like, I ate a lot. Matter of fact, they kicked me out because I ate too much. I'm just kidding.
I went home for the evening, and I wasn't hungry to eat dinner with the family.
Right. Got home and it's like, you cheating on me with another neighborhood? Yeah, I ate a bunch of ribs.
And just so you guys know, we do have 25 active streets. We actually have about 5 or 6 super active neighborhoods.
Good.
And 11 business watch businesses here in town.
But we could use more. The more the merrier here.
So please reach out.
It would be awesome to see Neighborhood Watch signs over every single street in the city. Wouldn't it be cool?
Mm-hmm.
Every neighborhood's just littered with signs at every corner.
And the ones that we have are actually different from the ones that you would usually see out there that are sun faded.
Gotcha.
So these are different.
Gotcha. And a fresh one. They don't look like they're from 20 years ago. It's like, they had a Neighborhood Watch
It's fresh, but it's also a different design.
Sure.
But it's still the blue eye, and it's still blue.
Well, again, going back to the deterrent side, if they're seeing fresh, brand new signs out there versus the 30-year-old signs,
exactly,
they're like, oh, they're this is recent. This is updated.
Yes.
They're not messing around over there. If you got this, unfortunately, you see the signs from 30 years ago. Oh yeah, there was an active neighborhood in
but
there.
There isn't.
Yeah, not
but
now.
if there are old street signs that are out there, if you folks want them replaced, as long as you guys are an active neighborhood watch group, I will have them replaced.
Awesome. Just reach out and call
yes,
to you.
And I can get that done.
And if your neighborhood watch is not active and you'd like to make it active, then you also call her and she'll help you do that.
Yes.
She can help, I'm sure, and if you need ideas, because I'm sure every neighborhood's different on how they organize. Some it's hanging out at somebody's house.
Yes.
Some they meet at a third...
a community church.
Yeah, a community church, a neutral location. And others may just, maybe it's a couple people in the neighborhood starting the early groundwork and they haven't been... They're calling you out, one or two neighbors, and they're saying, hey, Sergeant Frescas want to start something. Can you help us? And you give them the paper, give them the ideas and things, and then they go into the neighborhood and build it up, and then they call you back when they're ready to have a bigger meeting or something like that.
Yeah, I start out with a meet and greet to meet everybody in the neighborhood and then munch and, just talk about, okay, what's going on within your community that we could probably help with.
Gotcha.
And then if they want to go ahead and continue with the program, okay, then let's get some guest speakers lined up for the 1 hour meeting.
Gotcha. People that have experience and know exactly.
We have had city councilors. We have had... Actually, one time we had Candy Spence-Zell come hang out with us.
State representative, cool.
So it's a personable one-on-one thing with that neighborhood so that you know what's going on in your side of the state or your side of your community.
Sure.
That's all part of the Neighborhood Watch program.
And that's also a great conduit for you guys, too, because I'm sure you reach out to some of these neighborhood watch, especially if there's something going on in the area and saying, hey, I'm getting reports of this. You guys ought to take just be on the lookout for that. I'm getting some reports from neighborhoods nearby about this. I'm sure there's that intercommunication as well between the active neighborhood watch. It's like, hey, couple neighborhoods over, there's something going on, in case that blows our way, be on the lookout kind of thing. That's how neighborhood watch works, is that kind of stuff. But the only way that happens is people got to stand up and step up and be willing to meet and start the process here.
Yes, absolutely.
So reach out to Sergeant Frescas here if you have any questions about any of this stuff. If you want to learn more about it, if you want to organize something, if you want to reestablish a neighborhood watch that went defunct in your neighborhood, or if you want to start from scratch or whatever, come reach out here. And
I just got to give the kudos. I mean, she's doing an excellent job. She's Sergeant Frescas has taken over the entire program by herself. And,
single-handedly.
She's doing excellent.
She looks happy and cheerful. I figured someone who did that looked a little more run down and tired, but she looks pretty chipper.
It's actually really nice. And then I love to visit. So
then you're good to go. If you like talking with people.
Yes, and I like sharing information. Well, not information that if it's like
private,
active, ongoing, but
keeping people informed.
Yes. Because I want people to know what's going on in their surrounding community.
Sure. And speaking of that, real quick, while we got you here, is there anything citywide that we need to let folks know about? Any rash of things that you guys are seeing, or any?
So fentanyl has been hitting pretty bad here in town. One of the things that has come up is that it's actually in a small pill form that kind of looks like aspirin or Advil.
Just fentanyl?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. See, I always thought they just used it as like when they couldn't make enough heroin, they use it to kind of fill it out to make it. I mean, I have no idea. I watch Narcos. That's about my knowledge of the cocaine trade. But like when those Colombians and all that make all the drugs and there's not enough cocaine crop, they lace it with the fentanyl. I didn't know you could just do fentanyl by itself.
It is also being laced, and that is a huge problem because you're starting to see some overdoses with it.
Okay. So I didn't know they were taking fentanyl just to take fentanyl. I thought they were thinking they were getting heroin and getting fentanyl by accident and dying. Are there people seeking fentanyl?
They don't know sometimes that it's fentanyl, and they think it's cocaine or some other form that's broken up into powder substance, and then they use it thinking that it's a different
So what do
drug.
they think the pill is? Is that just a vessel of getting it to where they want to lace it with?
Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't know.
They usually know what that is for the pill.
But sometimes people don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't understand if you knowingly take fentanyl. I mean, not that I'm condoning drug, but I don't know. Everyone knows that fentanyl's going to kill you. It's just gonna.
And we've had some encounters with people saying, "Hey, just so you know that there's fentanyl in there," and you just kind of wonder, why would you do that? Why?
It sounds. And I mean. And for folks that aren't realize how dangerous, I mean, as law enforcement officers, you come in contact with fentanyl, you guys hazmat suit up, and I mean, that's how bad this stuff is. It can't come in contact with skin and all that stuff. This is some seriously bad stuff.
Just breathing it in the air can actually cause you to faint and go into some medical conditions or.
And you have people willingly ingesting, or however they're getting it into their systems, and
you can actually absorb it into your skin and can overdose that
That's
way.
what I've heard. A lot of officers, get worried when they're searching people, and they're worried about coming across a needle or something with fentanyl laced or touched, because come in contact with your skin, now you're exposed. And,
which is also why we carry Narcan on us now.
Yeah.
Is that something like every officer carries?
Every officer in the state, it's required.
Is it that bad where you guys come across that many overdosing people where everyone carries it like you would a flashlight?
Absolutely.
That's insane. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong that you guys have it and are saving lives this way, but the mere fact you need that is
your
scary.
own.
Yeah, or your own. Yeah, you protect yourself. Yeah, I didn't think about that. You protect yourself as much as getting exposed as you are saving people's lives out there.
Yes, if you find like a little pill somewhere, because I usually tell my neighborhood watch people, sometimes you'll have that foot traffic of just unknown people. And sometimes they'll either hide their stash or drop their stash in accident. Don't pick it up, call us, and we'll go get it to have it destroyed.
Yeah, you don't want that. Even if you're thinking, well, I don't want kids to, maybe stay around and hang around with it till an officer arrives on the scene, but don't try to pick it up. It could, I'd hate for someone to lose their life or get very sick because they're just trying to do something good. That'd be a bummer. So, So even if it looks, it's just a bag of cocaine, be careful.
Because you can absorb that stuff through your skin.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's too easy to have a bad thing happen there.
Yes.
That's why we call law enforcement. That's why we have neighborhood watch. You keep an eye out on this type of stuff. Is that really though the big, like when we talk about Roswell and things? Is it drugs the worst? Is that 9 times out of 10 you're dealing with calls that are drug related in some way, shape, or form?
Yes.
Wow.
Unfortunately, but it's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not
that's
just
not new
Roswell.
to Roswell. That's everywhere.
Yeah, but unfortunately, yes, it is a big issue.
And is it mostly fentanyl or is it?
It's everything.
Is it everything? I mean, I know obviously with cannabis and what's going on there now, it's all recreational and all the different, but really that the fentanyl's the big. I mean, that's what's killing people and everything.
Well, we've had a couple of reports of marijuana being laced with the fentanyl as well.
Wow.
So we've had to really, we're careful anyway, but we've really had to be careful.
Wow. Shoot. Yeah, because you think the marijuana is safer now because now you can get it recreationally. Well, at least Roswell, you will be here soon. But you know what I mean? If it's coming from reputable places, then one would assume it's safer. You know what I mean? Right. But obviously, if you're buying marijuana off the street, that's
different.
Yeah, if you're going into a dispensary to get, they're not going to be laced with it because there's so much regulation involved there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not even funny, but buying it off the street, even though, which is probably another tip, even though recreational marijuana is technically legal here, if you're selling it on the street, you're going to get caught, and that's illegal. And obviously, if you're looking to try weed for the first time, probably not a good idea, but if you do, don't go hit the guy on the street corner and say, give me a dime bag. Let me try it. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. It's still a dime bag.
Go to a reputable dealer.
Yeah, go to probably shouldn't skip it anyway.
I shouldn't say dealer. I should just say
dispensary.
Dispensary.
Yeah.
Golly, that's a wrong
It's got
word.
a better connotation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm a good drug dealer.
Yeah.
But it really is. And I think and that's probably something parents and everything we need to keep a watch. Now that recreational marijuana is a thing and all of that too, be careful with what your kids are getting into. I already heard of some kids up north trying getting edibles out to a bunch of.
Yes.
Like I saw some on the news yesterday about a kid brought a bunch of edibles to school.
Even the fentanyl.
Yeah,
and it's in the vape pens too.
Wow.
We've already had some of those.
I wonder, do you think people are buying it like from a legitimate thing and then lacing it afterwards?
It's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so again, if you're going to be doing it, buy it directly from the reputable source. If you're going to be doing the marijuana, obviously cocaine and on down is not legal, and there is no such thing as a reputable source. But when it comes to this marijuana and things like that, it's and of course, you yourself, if you're going to partake, this is just like handling alcohol. If you're going to be toking up or eating or whatever you're doing to ingest the marijuana, don't be out driving. Don't be out doing things. It's just like alcohol.
Yes.
It impairs your body.
Yep.
And you need to stay home or stay in a place where you're not on the streets. You're in some place safe and enjoying it with your friends and family or whatever you're doing and doing that. Don't, it's just like alcohol. It's going to alter alter your perception. It's going to alter your mood. So, you're not probably going to be as aggressive. I don't know a whole lot of aggressive potheads. They're usually pretty tame.
Unless they lace it with something else.
Yeah. But it will impair your driving. Don't be out driving and things.
Yes, it will.
Maybe there'll be a few less fights. They're all stoned out instead of on alcohol.
Yeah.
Granted, they're going to be a lot more fun. You guys might have to carry like bags of Fritos, and you know how you guys sometimes law enforcement carries like a backpack with bears and things for kids whenever there's a bad situation. You might have to add some Fritos, like in the trunk there in case.
You over there. Here's a bag of chips for you. You over there.
Calm down, bud. Here's some Fritos. You'll be all right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. I know. Just having fun. I have a radio show. I got to entertain people with dumbness.
Well, not to mention you have to be 21 and over.
Yeah, that's true. They're still underage. You can't be 18 or under, or 21 and under 21 and legally partake. So don't wait till you're 21 and then make your own decisions. And to be honest, I mean, I'm going to sit here and go on proclivities of what, good, bad, indifferent on marijuana smoke, but I do know this. The drugs and the alcohol, I mean, it's bad for everybody. I mean, people's talking about benefits of marijuana and things. We can have that debate all day, but I do know this. If you're underage, it's bad across the board because your brain, your body is still developing. It's maturing into the adult. So when you start adding chemical substances into that process, you're really messing up your growth and development process in your body. Once you're in your 20s and 30s and it's fully gone, then it's all downhill from there. It's on you. But until you're 21, your body's still making you and still making you who you are. Even though you feel like you're full end-of-the-line product, you're not. Your body's still developing. Your brain's still developing. Things are still developing there. And you're seriously impeding that or hurting that by doing drugs and stuff when you're 16 years old. I know it's cool. All the kids I get all of that, but I'm serious. That's why it's so bad. It's not like, my adults are. No, it's worse for you to do these things as kids. If you want to ruin your life as an adult, that's up to you. But as a child, at least give your body the full potential to do what it needs to do before you make decisions on that.
Very good point.
That's my thought on that. But that's why it's so hard for kids that's why we're so hard on kids about drugs and alcohol and things, because it's so much more dangerous for you to ingest it or do it than. I'm not saying it's a picnic for adults either, but there's so much more long-term consequences from a child doing it. As an adult, you're dealing with other issues at that point. And, you've got probably bigger fish to fry than your dependency on
problems.
Whatever. So
arthritis.
Is there anything else we mentioned? Anything we wanted to mention? Anything that I sidetracked us on that we didn't get a chance to talk about? Did we get it all?
No.
Of course, if you're interested in becoming a law enforcement officer with the Roswell Police Department, call out, reach out. What's the website that you guys are steering people towards?
Still RoswellPolice.com.
RoswellPolice.com is the website. You can go there and fill out an application, read about it here. And, of course, can you go there for the Neighborhood Watch as well?
Yes, there's actually a link for it.
Okay, so you can go there to there if you want to learn more about Neighborhood Watch.
Yes.
If you don't remember phone numbers and things you're driving about, just go to the Roswell PD website or even on the Roswell PD Facebook page. If you shoot a message out there and say, hey, I heard on the radio about Neighborhood Watch this morning, and they'll put you in touch with
Or come visit me at the PD.
Yeah. You'll be, you got your office there at the PD.
Yes, I do.
And if you've never been to the PD, I know it's an older building and all that, but
it's from the 70s.
Yeah. I got to tour it when I was in Leadership Roswell a few years ago, and it's an old bank.
I'm class of 2021.
Nice.
Best class ever.
Oh, nice. I was 2019 or 2020. I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, I got to tour the RPD, and it was an old bank, but it's really cool to see that building. It's kind of neat to, by the way, the old, bank vault. I think that's where y'all store something in there. Like, I don't know if it's drugs or firearms or something. Something that needs meanable. Yeah. It's just funny. It's like, man, that was a bank vault. Now it's really, it was just, I don't know. It's just kind of cool for me to see. I know you guys probably want a new facility
They're so
and everything.
Big.
Yeah, but it's a unique looking police station. It's just it's different. It's just me. But anyway, reach out if you want any information about Neighborhood Watch, recruitment, and of course, if you're having questions or anything related to anything like that, laws stuff, anything, or if you're seeing stuff that doesn't sound right to you, please report it. Please report it. If you're at a store, if you're in your neighborhood, and you're seeing, you don't have to start a neighborhood watch formally to report these kind of things. If you're seeing
Absolutely.
things that don't look right, let law enforcement know. Let them check it out. If it's nothing will happen. If it's something, you just may have saved a life. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, thank you guys.
Well, thank you.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Appreciate all the help you guys do for everyone, and we'll get you. We got to get you guys in back more regular again. And now that we're back to regular policing instead of COVID policing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a nightmare. That was a nightmare.
I imagine it's got to be way harder for you guys because anytime you get people together in a consolidated space, tempers are gonna. You know what I mean? It's just people get. Especially if it's a long period of time, you get sick of looking at each other and talking to each other, and then you start getting mad at each other. Mm-hmm. That starts problems, and then they call you guys. And,
yes.
And for folks that don't know, when it comes to law enforcement, probably one of the scariest calls a law enforcement officer can have is a domestic call.
Yes.
That's the ones that there's so many unknown variables for them in those on.
You're going into somebody else's territory that they're comfortable with.
So it's really
very personal.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. You're going into someone's personal life.
Yep.
It's not like you pull them over on the street and you stand on the street corner and it's neutral territory.
Exactly.
You're in someone's nooks and crannies and crevices. You don't know what's behind that corner. They do. And that can be a very uncomfortable scenario for a law enforcement officer. So I'm glad that you get little less of those now, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's going to be less.
Yeah, it's going back to normal, like
back
I
to
said.
outdoors and stuff. But thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime. We'd love to keep you guys in regular just to kind of talk about this, keep people up to date, and obviously if there's stuff going on, just to get the word out to people. So
absolutely.
Good deal. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Good seeing you. I told him he looks younger now than when last time I saw him. I don't know what happened. He's one of the few guys that looks younger when I saw him last.
Oil of Olay.
That's right. Ponce de Romero here.
I've got a fountain of youth.
He's making Kim Kardashian look bad.
This is a fountain of youth pen. It's a fountain.
Let me leave you my card, though.
Awesome. Thank you.
Just
Thank
in
you,
case.
guys. Appreciate it. All right. It is 8:55. Let's take a quick break.
Have in mind for interest rates, Wall Street opened sharply lower this morning. Plans for another round of sanctions on Russia also have markets here at home and overseas on edge. FedEx boosting its presence in Tennessee. Its logistics subsidiary opening a new global headquarters in downtown Memphis.
The offices are in the former Gibson Guitar Factory, just steps from historic Beale Street and the FedEx Forum Sports and Concert venue in Memphis. FedEx Logistics says it's invested more than $50 million to renovate the 200,000 square foot building. FedEx Logistics provides air and ocean cargo, warehousing and distribution, customs brokerage, and other services to customers.
And that is correspondent Jeremy House reporting. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
At LeGrand Funeral Chapel, we believe that every funeral should be a reflection of the life it honors. The joys, the triumphs, the faith, the family, and so much more. For us, no detail is too small, no request too big. This is Rosa Aguilar. When the time comes to choose a funeral home, we hope you'll let us serve your family. At LeGrand Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925, we have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
And that's going to do it for us for today's show. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of it. Have an amazing day. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow with an all-new show. You're listening to 106.5